What's up, everybody? I'm back doing the Rangers and the Penguins. Don't know why the Rangers aren't doing that great. But I figured we'd hop on because they have won 5 straight, not games in a row, but 5 straight in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's like one of the hottest teams along with the Buffalo Sabres right now. To start it off, first Aussie dweller and first dweller overall in the basement. Bond is in the basement. What's up, Bond? Bond, wow, what's up, man? What time is it for you? Like 6 in the morning? 7 in the morning? We're underway right now. Hey, it looks like you might get a fight right off the bat. Wouldn't that be great? How you doing, Bond? Bond, thanks as always for all your great stuff, man. I'm going to do that speedboating one, man. That looks interesting. I haven't looked at it yet, but I'm looking at that one, man. That looks like that might be a fun video to do, and definitely different. So I'm going to be checking that one out and putting that one out, man. Is that a big deal over in Australia, speedboating? That would definitely be different. Jonathan Quick in net. Hopefully the Rangers can they win a game? I mean, we're last in the Eastern Conference. Artemi Panarin, my man, and I am wearing his jersey today. He is a great Ranger. Looks like he's going to be traded. So, like I said, guys, moving forward, I'm going to be doing a lot more Tampa Bay Lightning games than I'm going to be doing Ranger games until they show us something different. But why not do a Saturday afternoon? And, again, they won 5 straight in Pittsburgh, so we'll see. OG of OG, Staff Sergeant Thomas, Mr. Marine in the basement. Here we are. Couldn't get on the other night, Mr. Marine. I mean, we got swept by the Islanders, man, and the Islander fans are going crazy over that. I'm just sickening, man, after watching the Giants and Jets football this year and then go right to the Rangers playing crappy. I'm all about the Lightning the rest of the way. I mean, can you blame me? No. Lightning my second team, and they're actually winning. The Rangers are going to retool, according to Chris Drury. We're retooling. Now, for the people that think that Chris Drury's been terrible all along, no, we haven't been all bad under Chris Drury. Not all bad. It's just been all bad recently, the last couple of years. I mean, we were in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Tampa Bay Lightning, right? And then the second round, we got beat by Florida Panthers last year. I mean, we made the playoffs a lot when Drury came around. It's just the last couple of years have been bad. It's hard to believe that 2 years ago we won the President's Trophy, and now we're in last place and just looking like no one cares. So Bond, Manav, OG Cellar Dweller, and Cricket Ambassador in the basement. What's up, Manav? What's happening, Manav? Slumby. Another Cellar Dweller accounted for. Slumby, 4-0 Arsenal today. I mean, we expected that, right? We expected the 4-0. We expected that. Good on Arsenal, man. Manav, what's up? Staff Sergeant Thomas, good day, mate. See you, Bond. Yes, you sure did. Excellent. So at least when you go on Rock's channel, she'll know who you are now. Good stuff, Staff Sergeant. So hopefully, I mean, the only thing that we got going for us today is that they've won 5 straight in Pittsburgh. But Pittsburgh is hot right now. They're hot. Vakanainen is starting, and I don't know why. And Keandre Miller, man, like, I will never shut up. I said it last time that we shouldn't have traded him. He's playing great in Carolina. The guy was young, great shooter. Yes, he had some defensive mishaps at times, but he's a young player. I said it before we got traded, when he was trade talk. We should not get rid of Keandre Miller. And they get rid of him for Scott Morrow, who's done nothing. What has Scott Morrow done besides be on the bus from New York to Connecticut to the Hartford Wolfpack, back to New York, back to the minor league, back to the Rangers, back to the Wolfpack? What has he done? Nothing. I don't understand that. I never understood that trade at all. Bruin, OG Cellar Dweller accounted for. Bruin in the basement and basement bouncer. What's going on, Bruin? I said the Rangers have won 5 in a row in Pittsburgh. Hilarious, man. But I decided to do the game today. But moving forward, we're going to be doing a lot more. Oh, and there it is. 1-0 already, Pittsburgh. Look at that. 1-0 already. 1-0 already. I told you guys I'm going to be doing a lot more Lightning games. Now oh my gosh. I'm so torn. Bruin, I'm so torn. The Stadium Series tomorrow night is the Lightning and the Bruins at 6:30. 7 o'clock is the Knicks versus LeBron and the Lakers. I'm going to do some flip-flopping tomorrow, man. That really, come on, man. That's a tough one. LeBron in New York City. Look at that. Right through Quick's legs. That was bound to happen because the Rangers, Pittsburgh's been in there. Look, they're back in the Rangers zone again. Does anybody on this team care anymore? Rempe has been a waste of space, man. I think that guy's going to be gone eventually, too. He's been a waste of space. I tell you this, the only guy, Mr. Marine, you may know it, the only guy that really plays 110 at all times besides Quick is Sam Carrick. Sam Carrick plays 110% all the time. He's not a goal scorer, but, man, that guy never gives up. I think JT Miller, I said it at the beginning of the year, that Vincent Trocheck should have been the captain, not JT Miller. Bruin, what's up? What's up? Code! Another Cellar Dweller account, another Aussie Dweller account. What's going on, Code? Thanks for the updates, Code. Thanks for the I hate losing Archie. Archie is very under the radar on the Lions, man, because he's not, Charlie Cameron and Loman the Showman and Ashcroft and, Joe Danaher at the time. And Archie has been a solid player for the Lions as long as I've been watching. He's just that under-the-radar guy that's like, oh, yeah, that's right. He's good too. Lockie Neal, all these other names on there that you're not going to think about Archie. And he's that guy that's like, oh, yeah, this guy's a player. It sucks they let him walk for nothing, Code. Man, they let him walk for nothing. Nothing in return. What a shame. What a shame. The battle of mid. Actually, right now, Code, the Penguins are playing the Penguins and the Sabres are the hottest teams in hockey right now. Hottest teams in hockey. The Rangers are down 1-0. They've probably already given up. Good result and good to see Geekers score. Yes. Good result. You knew they were going to win 4-0. You knew they were. Last Ranger game, this should not be for this team. Oh, it is, Marine. I'm done. Unless some magical thing turns around and it kills me. But after the Giants and Jets season, why are we watching this? What is this crap? This is crap. And Mike Sullivan, by the way, I believe is the right coach. He is the right coach for this organization. But and I hate to see Panarin go. I'm wearing his jersey today. Panarin's a great Ranger. He's a great Ranger to me. I don't want to see Mika go. Mika tries. I said only Sam Carrick. Mika tries also. Mika Zibanejad has been turned around this year under Sullivan. Igor getting hurt sucked, and Fox getting hurt sucked, but let's be honest. The rest of the team really wasn't doing anything anyway, even when they were playing. Even when they were playing, think about Igor, say, up till his injury, faced the most shots in the NHL. Faced the most, that's because our defense does nothing. Faced the most shots in the NHL and saved the most. And we still were losing. How can you lose? How many games can you lose 1-0, 2-1? All those shutouts that we have this year get shut out at home. These games are 2-0, and some of them were empty net. Igor was still on top of his games. Sorry, guys, I gave up 1 goal, and we lose 1-0. It's like a pitcher striking out 18 batters, but you gave up 3 hits, and one of them was a home run, and you lose 1-0. It's come on, man. That is lame. Saved by Quick. I always believe Quick gives us 110%, but he's 40. We've been over this already. Look, Penguins are everywhere in their zone. Everywhere. Saved by Quick. They have to be. I don't know statistically, Code, but they have to be. But they're 32nd in the league. They're 32nd out of 32 teams when they give up the first goal of losing. They lose most of them when they give up the first goal. They just showed it. And trust me, Code, our goalie, Jonathan Quick, his record and his save percentage is terrible, but I promise you, he might have had 1 or 2 games that's really on him. The rest of them, he has no help. None. 0. And he's an old guy. He's 40 years old. Look, about to be 2-0. Oh, my gosh, what a save by Quick. He looked like he went back 20 years on that save. He literally saved it. It's on ABC, guys. Are you getting this in Australia? Are you getting this game right now in Australia? Jonathan Quick literally saved it and then just did this butterfly turnover move. I'll probably pull muscles if I really demonstrate it. Offsides, Rangers. So look at this save by Quick. Beautiful in the front. Throws, full layout, stick across, and saves it across the thing, man. That was a great save. That's old school Jonathan Quick right there. He's still trying. But why is he facing so many shots already? Oh, keep losing and make it number 1 pick again in Draft Plus like 6 years ago, yeah. Think about all that. Capo Caco was a high draft pick, too. He sucked, too. The kid line. Hedel is the best of that kid line, Staff Sergeant. He's the best of the kid line. And unfortunately, the guy gets concussions all the time. Look at Quick, 3-time Stanley Cup champion, winningest American-born goalie. Not the winningest goalie of all time, winningest American-born goalie. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. The guy's a legend. And he's giving everything he's got out there. People say, well, why does he keep going out? If the coach asks Jonathan Quick, you think you can go again today? You think he's going to say no? You go, oh, no, I can't do it. You think a guy like that is going to say that? No way. He's going to say, put me out there every time. Bond, powerboat racing is mostly in New Zealand and Australia. I know nothing about powerboat racing, Bond, so that's going to be fun. That's going to be a fun one. That's going to be fun to do. I look forward to doing that one. I did the Phase 4 Falcon today. That was an interesting – I didn't know anything about that car. That was an interesting video on that Phase 4 Falcon. Up 2-0 Penguins. Here we go, guys. 2-0. We might lose 10-0 again today. 2-0. Rangers do not care. They don't care. Mr. Marine, I was so close to not doing this game. I was so close to not doing the game. But I like hanging out with you guys, and it's cold outside. We love it. A lot of ice, though, so we're not really doing much. So I'm like, all right, screw it. We'll do the last Ranger game of the season today. Lightning and Knicks moving forward. Lightning and Knicks, World Baseball Classic, Team USA. I'll be doing that. Yankees will be back fully in April. I don't care about spring training in March. I don't care about that. Thankfully, we have USA Baseball to follow. So we got things coming up, but it's going to be Tampa Bay Lightning and the Knicks from here on out. And the Knicks, 5-game winning streak. Boom, 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 boom. Blew out the Blazers last night by 30, but we got LeBron and the Lakers tomorrow night. That's a huge one. And the Lightning are playing the Bruins tomorrow. Boy, oh boy. We're going to have to flip back and forth all night. It's going to be mainly Knicks-Lakers, but I am going to flip back and forth with the Lightning. That's going to be fun, but I look forward to that video. Thank you. Victor, Third Floor Podcast. Victor in the basement. What's going on, Victor? Good to see you in here, man. How you been? I just lost my place. There you are, Victor. Yes, what's happening, man? Another huge embarrassing failure going on by the Rangers right now. Already down 2-0. And the time we actually moved the puck to the other side of the ice, we were offsides because we're not used to being down there. Good. I'm glad they do, Bon. I'll do the whole video. If people watch it, great. If they don't or think it's too long, that's fine. As long as they watch the first 2 minutes, it counts as a view. I think it's 2 minutes. It counts as a view. But I'm looking forward to watching that one. That one I'm looking for. I know nothing about it, Bon, so I really am interested in that. It's gonna be cool. I'm glad they give a lot in the beginning because after I do the video, I'll probably watch it again on my own. Just finished over 6 hours of production for night's show, 1970 championship game. Wow. Victor, Victor, I got to tell you, man, that is really cool of you, man, to do that, man. That is really cool that you are doing these things that I don't think many people have thought of. Going over old school games and just keep doing it. Like I said, you will. The more you're on, the more people come. Look at me. I'm on. I still have the same crew in here every time. Once in a while, we get a new person in here, but you get it, man. You get. I feel like that light. See that light right above Brian Leach, right there. See that? I turn that down a little bit. Bruin, that's a big game for you. It is showcasing the game tomorrow night. They're showcasing that Bruins light. Boy, Bruins Lightning and then Lakers Knicks all on basically at the same time. What, man? That's rough, man. That's rough because I want to watch both. Man, that's like a ratings up to, and they're both nationally televised games. JB, you know the Isles have road wins at MSG, same as us at home. Now that's scary. Yes. And how about Carson Soucy, who, what do you have, 2 goals for us? Oh, here it comes again. Almost 3-0, but thankfully Jonathan Quick, who's the only person out there trying, made that save. I mean, can we score? Oh, your Staff Sergeant Thomas' favorite player has the puck. Up. They just took it from 13. Just took it from him. Just took it from him. Gavrikov is a good player, too. I would keep him. And unfortunately, they're making Gavrikov, who was put in the ugly position of having to be basically our power play quarterback, which is Adam Fox's masterpiece. Like, that's his bread and butter. And Gavrikov doesn't know the team. I mean, he just came to the team, man. He's a top defender in the game. But it's a tough ask when you don't know your teammates that well to be quarterback in the power play, and you just kind of got to figure out who can do what. The Staff Sergeant, you have to agree with me on the Keandre Miller. Like, that is a horrendous trade. Horrendous. Unless Scott Morrow wakes up and becomes something great. Because Keandre is doing great in Carolina. He's doing really well. Cooley. What happened there? Oh, I like Will Cooley also. There's some guys on the Rangers I like that I would keep. Igor and Quick make good goalies. However, the rest of the defense is, geez, the goalie. Exactly, Code. I've been screaming that all year. Igor is the best goalie in the game. He is the best goalie in the game. Jonathan Quick was perfect for 2 games, playing 2 times every 10 days. If there's an emergency, like you need him for a quick playoff spot, there's no situation you can put Jonathan Quick in that he's going to be like, oh, my gosh, what am I going to do? Or nervous. He's not going to be nervous. That's the word I'm looking for. Right. That's right, Stella. You agree? Come on. Good defense there by who was that? Oh, my gosh, Lafreniere. Staff Sergeant Lafreniere actually played good defense. Say hello, Stella. Hello? No? There she is, chilling, hanging out, enjoying the cool weather. Actually, she's not. She'd rather be outside. She misses the spring and summertime when she could be outside. Oh, no. See? There we go. Yeah. See, she's slick because she'll come over and be all cute and nice and goes right for the chain. Come on, baby. You can't chew that. See? Good girl. Oh, yeah, it's over when it started. JT Miller, by the way, Staff Sergeant. I'm not that – he has 14 goals for us this year. I like him as a player. He's terrible. He's a terrible captain. I can't believe they made him the captain. I just can't. I'm telling you, Trocheck should have gotten that. But they probably thought they were going to trade Vinny at some point. Miller should not be the captain. He has the wrong attitude to be the captain, man. The wrong attitude. Real captains were don't act like he does, man. It's not a captain. It's not like, look at like Jeter and Aaron Judge. These guys are captains, man. Jalen Brunson, captain. Like, these guys know how to lead players, not sit there and sound. You want to be an angry player, fine, but don't be the captain. I just don't. I don't get that. I don't get it. Oh, that's awesome, Victor. Victor, I think I got to man, when you do those night shows, Victor, man, you know me. I can't stay up late. It's early for you. You guys in California have it so made. You remember. You grew up in New York, Victor. You remember what it's like. 9:35 left in the first period. This is nationally televised game, guys, so you should have it on TV. I mean, all the football games. Remember, like, growing up, it's like, oh, man, the Monday Night Football started at 9. You know, it's like I could never stay up for it. In Cali, it starts at 6. When I drove good save by Quick, who's still trying. When I ran 18-wheelers, I loved being in Cali during football season because, I mean, the first game came on at 10 in the morning. And I usually wasn't rolling on a Sunday. So I could watch 10 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. The late game was like 5:30 in the afternoon. Whereas it'd be 8:30, 9 o'clock on the East Coast. So that's awesome, Victor. And you're doing the 1970 championship game. New York Knicks over Lakers, Game 7. That's what you're doing tonight? Good stuff, Victor. You know what's funny, Slumby, is the players don't tank. The players don't tank because they don't – it doesn't do anything for them. They might not be on the team next year. They don't care who the next great guy, great draft pick that's coming is going to be. Jonathan Quick might get traded. I don't know what – I mean, if they're going to tank, it'll come from the front office. And if they get rid of Jonathan Quick, that's confirmation that they're tanking. Then they'll move Spencer Martin up to the main starter until Igor comes back. And I think Staff Sergeant said it himself the last stream we did. Let Igor and Fox stay out the rest of the season. Just – there's no reason to come back. Just let them rest up. We'll see you next year or later this year, right? It's it's going to be 2 degrees tonight. You heard that right. It's going to be 2, Slumby, 2. And it's like 16 degrees a couple hours ago here. Wow, Nikos, what is up, Nikos? Hope you're doing well, man. Good smell. That's right. You guys got hit with that snow down there. How you doing, man? This has been quite a winter, man. This is a real winter, and we still got a long way to go. March can still be bad. March can be a bad month. Wow, man. How you been, Nico? It's been a while, man. Hope everything's going well with you and your family. We just came out here doing the last Ranger game of the year. There's no after the Jets and Giants, it's just we can't handle any more crappiness. So it's Knicks and my second team, the Tampa Bay Lightning, the rest of the way. So that's what we're going to be doing in here. Hope you're doing well, Nico. It's great to see you in here, man. I'll be on here pretty often now. I know I wasn't on for a while, but I'll be on here pretty often now. What cold, beautiful out. I hope the Knicks stand pat. I think we can't move the players now. That's going to be – I tell you what, Staff Sergeant, I've been really thinking about this. I was talked to family about this. Rock's cousin, who is a huge Knicks fan, we're talking about this. We really don't want to lose OG. If the Knicks can get Giannis without moving OG, Cat, I mean, another shot saved by Quick. You get rid of Cat. You might have to get rid of, you might have to give up Bridges too. And McBride. But if you get Giannis, you have Mitchell Robinson and OG, that'd be hard to get in the paint. That'd be hard to go inside on those three. Be hard to go inside on those three. I don't know, man. I think, you know what I think? Giannis wanted to come here over the summer, apparently, and I honestly think that the Knicks said no because I think the Bucks want OG. I think they want OG Anunoby, man, and that's a tough give up. I mean, you give up anything you can to get Giannis, right? But I also don't want it to be the Carmelo thing where they gave up everybody to get Carmelo, and we had a couple of good years. It has nothing to do with Melo, just they didn't have a good supporting cast. So it's a tough, man. It's tough. But the Knicks, boy, they are on fire right now. Did you see the game against the Raptors? Oh, we did that game. The Rangers were getting blown out. Remember, we switched over to that game. The Knicks were down by 12, I think, at halftime, and then went 64-26 the rest of the way. Then they beat Philly the game before that, and they blew out the Blazers last night by 30. The Blazers are like, man, they're middle of the road team, middle to below the road team. But still, I woke up 30 minutes ago and watched the Phase 4 video. Yeah, what is up with that, Bond? Was that because Ford was bragging? I mean, if it was never tested, I'm glad you had brought that up. It was never tested in Bathurst. It was never tested in racing. Why did it get shut down? What did Ford sell themselves out? If they only made 4 of them, what sold it out? I don't understand. I saw the video, but I still don't. Like, were they bragging that we're just going to blow everybody's doors off? Well, that was some car. Believe it or not, I'm going to be calling 1970s. Really? Victor, go for it all, man. You don't know what kind of people you'll find. You don't know, Victor. I stumbled across footy, man. My channel went better because of that. Victor, try it all, man. I came across footy and I got Bon and all way back and all the guys, Tony. By the way, Bon, have you heard Bagger Dave? Bagger Dave has been commenting in the videos. I'd love to see him back in the live, man. I haven't seen him in a while. Or, on here, seen him. We act like we all see each other at the corner store. But yeah, do it, Victor. Go ahead, roll it. I'm looking forward to your NASCAR, Victor. I'm looking forward to the NASCAR stuff because I'll have you on when I'm watching the race because that's a really that's a tough one, man. Especially if you have rain delays. Victor, if you have rain delays, you think you're on a long time for 3 football games in a row. Picture rain delays, man. You could be on for 13 hours. Or you go off and come back on, but still, man, that's a long day. Go, Victor, man. That's awesome, man. You're going all in. Ali, Frazier, of course, man. That's good. Do a Chuck Liddell like Tito fight, Victor. How about that? Also, since you're doing fighting, how about Chuck Liddell versus Tito? Tito versus Ken Shamrock. Ken Shamrock versus Hoist Gracie. Man, you can go back. Tank Abbott stuff. Yankee Kyle, another cellar dweller accounted for. Yankee Kyle. Yankee Kyle, you should change your name to Wasting Judges Prime Years because that's what we're doing. Kyle, hope you're doing well, brother. Hope you're keeping warm, man. You enjoying this weather like Staff Sergeant and I are? We're enjoying this, man. 6 minutes left in the first period. The Rangers, believe it or not, have more shots than the Penguins do now. We have 8 shots to their 7, but we have 0 goals. We've won 5 straight here in Pittsburgh. I was hoping our last game. By the way, Gabe Perreault looks pretty good, Staff Sergeant. Gabe Perreault looks pretty good. He looks promising. They got to get rid of Vakanainen, too. He's a waste of space. And I got to say, I used to like Braden Schneider, but he's a negative 15 in the plus minus. He's a negative 15. I don't know where Panarin's going to go. Staff Sergeant, can you imagine if they sent Panarin to the Ducks and Kreider, Trouba, and Panarin? And I think Frank Vetrano, remember him? He used to be on our team. And they all win a cup over there. Kind of like when the Rangers all went to the Lightning and they all won there. What's up, Yankee Kyle? Riley, everybody. Riley had a birthday. Happy belated birthday, Riley. I just saw that today, Riley. Sorry I missed your message the other day. I just saw that today, man. Happy belated birthday to Riley. Oh, Penguins brought it right back in our zone. Save Quick. Good save by Quick. Oh, what are you, Riley? You're not 18 years old. Okay. Yankees can't come anytime. Yeah. I can't wait. And World Baseball Classic, that thankfully will make up for not having to watch spring training, so we can watch some real baseball during March. A World Cup, we're doing that too. I'm definitely doing the World Cup soccer. So yeah, this is gonna be a lot of fun. Now you are, like to the minute, because Riley, you just said here you're not. Now you are, and you're not, and now you are. Is that to the minute? What does that mean? Marines, I hear you. Yep, 100%. Can't wait. I think the Yankees, by the way, they're talking about bringing back Paul Goldschmidt for a platoon with Ben Rice at first base. I don't mind that, to be honest with you guys. I don't mind that. Paul Goldschmidt was a good teammate. Everybody respects him in the locker room. And if he's not playing full time, he really did great against lefties last year. So if he wants to come back on a 1 year, veteran minimum or whatever they're going to pay him, why not? He can play DH. He can do a few things. They might have to give Stanton breaks at times. So I don't know. I don't see the problem with bringing back Paul Goldschmidt as a platoon guy. Yep, I saw it, Riley, and that's I messaged you back today, man. And I appreciate. Like I said, sorry I didn't see it the day of, but I did wish you a happy belated on there, and glad to have you in here. 6 to 5 shots is a positive at least. Yep. This Sidney Crosby, man. These guys are still, they're still bringing it, man. Crosby, Malkin, still bringing it all these years later. Daniel, what's up, Daniel, man? Another cellar dweller accounted for. Daniel's in the basement. How you doing, man? Happy Saturday. That's right, Daniel. Happy Saturday, man. We all woke up today. That was a good start. I get a day off today. The live stream only went for Bond, man. Wow, Scotty Butters was – I got to hop in on one of these, man. He's on forever. He plays for 7, 8, 9, 10 straight hours. Shoot it. Come on. Try to get one. Man, they actually almost had one right there. Gabe Perreault, our young guy, he's out there. He still tries. Will Cooley tries. 4:21 left in the first period. Boy, did you guys see Colorado and Detroit? I didn't see the game, but when I turned it on to get prepared to set up here today, Colorado was up 5-0 on Detroit. And Detroit is a first-place team. They might be second place now. But whatever the case, they're a really good team, and they were getting whipped like 5-0. Colorado is steamrolling teams right now. And their basketball team, the Thunder, is steamrolling teams. Wow. Panthers at Lightning, Thursday, 7:30. We'll definitely be doing that one. And I'll be flipping back and forth. Knicks and LeBron versus Lakers and LeBron. That's definitely happening tomorrow night. And I will be doing the Lightning and the Bruins as well. 10 a.m. is early, depending on your lifestyle. Shoot it! Oh, my gosh, man. It is early, but you know what? It's for me. Like I just can't stay up late. I got chronic fatigue. I got too many health issues, man. I cannot stay up late. I just can't. I fight it at 8 o'clock at night. I'm already fighting it. That's from years and years of drinking. Liver doesn't get to be too good after that. JT not worth the money either. $8 million. Yeah. You know what's funny too, because they gave up Heedle for him, so the trade in itself wasn't bad. But I thought JT was going to be a better. He's bad for the player that he is. He is a solid player in the league. He has 14 goals this year. But, a player like that has gone. Look at that. Quick is just on his knees, save. Like, is anybody on defense going to help him? JT Miller went from the Rangers to the Lightning, to a very good Lightning team, right? Won a ring there. Went to Vancouver, and now he's back to the Rangers. Really solid players in their prime don't get bounced around like that, and you don't hear people crying about it. Like, oh, my gosh, I can't believe they got rid of – because I think he's a locker room problem, right? Pedersen, Elias Pettersson on Vancouver, one of the greatest players in the game, couldn't stand him. Like, they were so bad they had to get rid of them. It ruined Vancouver. They had to get rid of him. And you know what? Vancouver never has a problem with Pedersen. So – and the Lightning got rid of Miller, and the Rangers got rid of Miller when he was young. Well, I don't know. Starting to see a pattern. And that guy's in his prime. It's not like he's an older player that was great, that has been moved around. He can definitely play the game. But I'm thinking he's looking at it. Every time they talk to him after a loss, the guy doesn't sound like a leader. He doesn't sound like a leader. I know one piece of in college football, 0-0. I don't know anything about I don't watch a lot of college football, Riley. Not a big college football fan. Can't tell you why I never have been. It wasn't really that big in New York. We had Syracuse and Rutgers. The Rutgers is Jersey, but still. I saw him on Victor. You probably remember, Staff Sergeant. Remember, growing up, I'm not making a joke here. He'd grown up in the 80s. I thought Notre Dame was in New York. They showed every Notre Dame game on NBC every Saturday. I thought when I found out Notre Dame was in Indiana, I couldn't believe it. I was like, really? It's in Indiana? Penguins are on a power play right now. The shots are 9-9, believe it or not. The Rangers have tightened up a little bit here. They like to get the first couple of goals out of the way against them, and then they start to play a little bit. They don't want to get us fans excited about anything. How they came back against the Bruins last week, I'll never know. I thought they were going to get smoked again. That's our last win, by the way, in the last week. They're all around our net again. Power play still going for another 55 seconds. I feel if I look away, it's going to be 3-0 Penguins. All right. I usually watch the top college bowl game, like the greatest bowl game I personally ever saw. I did see Doug Flutie's famous Hail Mary pass. I saw that live. And I saw Vince Young in Texas beat Matt Leinart and Reggie Bush at USC in the game that no one ever gave Texas a chance. And none of those guys became much in the NFL. Reggie Bush did have a good career. He had a good career, but they were calling him, like the media likes to do. They like to tag a superstar Hall of Fame player on a young guy coming out and claiming Reggie Bush is the next Marshall Faulk. He can be versatile. He can catch out of the backfield. He can run the ball and all these things. I mean, you put a lot of pressure on a guy like that, man. He's not Marshall Faulk. Remember Ricky Williams? He was going to be the next Walter Payton. Mike Ditka gave up his entire draft. I think it was 12 picks he gave up to get Ricky Williams because he knew that he had the next Walter Payton. What happened, guys? Ricky Williams was a solid running back. He's not even in the same sentence as Walter Payton. Ron Dane, remember Ron Dane? So, I don't get all hyped. I don't watch the draft. I don't get all hyped up on the draft because in the NFL, it's just, to me, it's like until you prove you can do it in the pros, I don't buy into these guys are all the next so-and-so. There are players that have come out and lived up to the hype, and there's more that haven't. Remember when the Rams got rid of Jerome Bettis? The Rams got rid of Jerome Bettis because they were getting Lawrence Phillips. How'd that work out? They got rid of Jerome Bettis. A lot of people forget Jerome Bettis started on the Rams, and they got rid of him for Lawrence Phillips because Lawrence Phillips was a beast at Nebraska. A lot of those college numbers are bloated numbers most of them are against really bad teams because when they play really good teams, the numbers are a little different. That's just the way I feel. I could be wrong. People tell me I'm wrong. I'm like Alabama, last 10, 15 years, I'm talking about when Nick Saban time, the entire Nick Saban time. How many Alabama quarterbacks are superstars in the NFL? Jalen Hurts? Who else? Jalen Hurts was the first Alabama quarterback to win a playoff game since Richard Todd of the Jets in 1982. Florida was a top team for a long time. How many great quarterbacks came out of Florida? Just saying, that's why I don't get that hyped up about the draft. Tonight's show starts at 8:47 p.m. East Coast. Victor, 8:47 East Coast. AJ, Gunther. Victor, I'm going to get back into wrestling, and I'll tell you when. I do this once in a while, Victor. I fall off wrestling. When the storylines get really boring, I fall off. Like when they ran the bloodline for too long. And every time Roman Reigns was going to have a match, it was never for the belt, right? They let him hold the belt way too long. I like Roman Reigns when he was a part of the Shield. Dean Ambrose, who's now John Moxley in AEW, and come on, my man, Seth Rollins. And then I fell off for a while because it just wasn't interesting to me. And I've been through this with wrestling my whole life, Victor. Come WrestleMania this year, I'll watch. I do this all the time when I want to get back into it. I watch WrestleMania because all the new storylines are going to begin after WrestleMania. And I will watch that, and I'll be back into it through SummerSlam and the rest of the year. So come WrestleMania, Victor, I will be back into it. And AJ Styles is still around. Victor, please remind me, Gunther, what was the Imperial? Was it Imperium? Imperium? Who was the blonde-haired guy in that crew? That guy was irritating. Who was the blonde-haired guy in Imperium? I think that was the name of those three guys. Daniel. Oh, yeah, Daniel. I was like, wait a minute, where's Daniel? I know. 13 days until football state of origin. Yes. That's right. I did a video on state of origin. I just found out about it. How do you guys feel about state of origin? Should it be around? Should they not have brought it back? I understand players not wanting to be in it. You're worried about injuries, right? I did not. Jokic, I think he's been injured a lot this year, though, Code. I think Jokic has been injured a lot. Right? I'm pretty sure. Yankee Kyle. Didn't I already call you out? I think I did. Or was I in dreamland? It's the end of the first period, guys. I know I already called. You made me think there, Kyle. Didn't I? You were in here already, weren't you? Good to see you in here anyway, Kyle. Always good to have you in here, brother. $222 to nothing in. I don't know what 222 to nothing in college football. When did that happen? I don't know anything about that one, Riley. You got me there. Maybe other guys in here do, but I don't. Bruin, good evening, brother. Kyle. Center for center. I agree. If you're going to get Giannis, Karl Anthony Towns is going to be a part of it. They're going to want more than that. They're probably going to want Bridges. They might want Bridges too. You give that up. If you have to get OG in there to get it done, I get it. But man, I don't want to lose OG. I just don't want to lose him. Just think about it for a second. Walt, Willis, Wilt, West. That's just the W's in one game. Right, in the 1970 championship, yes. Wow. Wow. Walt Frazier, Willis Reed, Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West. That's right. Wow, man. Wow, I never thought about it like that, Victor. Very good. Schnazzy, Snoozy, Sneezy. What's going on, man? Hey, everyone. I hope the Rangers have 3+ first-round picks in the 2A level prospects. Trade Panarin, Trocheck, Schneider, Quick, Carrick, and Lafreniere. Am I missing anyone else? Yeah, and you know what? Schnaz, you weren't here at the time, but I was complaining about what you heard me last year saying, don't trade Keandre Miller. Don't trade Keandre Miller. Don't trade Keandre Miller. He's doing great with Carolina. He's a young guy that had some problems on defense, left his post when he shouldn't have, some dumb penalties here or there. The kid could shoot, and he really could play defense. They got rid of him for Scott Morrow, who does nothing but fill up a bus seat going back and forth to Hartford, Wolfpack to the Rangers. That's what he does. What a waste of a great young player, man. Gave up on him too soon. But yes, Panarin, he won't take the short-term deal. I love Panarin. I'm wearing his jersey right now. Trocheck, I guess he's got to go too. Schneider's a -15. I used to like Braden Schneider. He's a -15. That is bad. Quick, I feel sorry that Quick has been put in this position where nobody else is helping him. I'll never trash on Quick. I like Sam Carrick, Igor. I like Sam Carrick because he gives 110%. I think, yeah, I'll tell you who else you're missing, Schnazzy. You want to know who else you're missing? Rempe. I might be in the very small few, but I wouldn't mind Rempe being gone because he does nothing now. I know he hurt his hand. Notice he doesn't fight a lot anymore because of his hand. And what does he do? What does Rempe do? Honestly, what does Rempe do? I think Rempe is already at his ceiling. I think he's already reached his ceiling, don't you? What about Rempe? Yeah, I'm staying warm, man, but I'm loving the weather, though. Yeah, every time I feel like it's really cold, I think of those 98-degree days that I can't stand and wish for this kind of weather. It's the ice. Getting around in the ice is the only thing that I don't care for, Kyle. But other than that, I'm doing great. JT Miller's comment about the Schnazzy, you are hitting on all the points Staff Sergeant and I were just talking about. JT Miller is not a leader. How is he the captain? Now, at the start of the season, I know they're about to trade Vinny, but he should have been the captain. Trocheck is widely respected throughout the locker room. He should have been the captain. I know goalies generally aren't, but Jonathan Quick would have been a better captain, to be honest with you. Jonathan Quick is still out there giving 110%. JT Miller is terrible. You can see why he's traded all the time, Schnazzy. Sorry, guys, that I'm repeating myself, but Schnazzy wasn't here for it. He went from the Rangers to the Lightning, the championship Lightning, right? To John Cooper, another great coach, probably didn't want him anymore. To Vancouver, where he had a problem with Elias Pettersson, one of the greatest players in the game. Back to the Rangers. He is a locker room. Apparently, his locker room, and he's showing it as a captain. You want to be that kind of guy with an attitude, fine, but don't be the captain. He doesn't sound anything like a real captain. He doesn't sound Mark Messier. That's a captain. Mark Messier, that's a captain. This guy is not a captain. Derek Jeter, Aaron Judge, Jalen Brunson. Those are captains. Those are captains. Leading by example and leadership in the locker room. When the Knicks just went through that losing 9 out of 12 horrendous streak they were on, they said Jalen Brunson was nothing but calm, had a team meeting, asking people to start caring. Apparently, he talked to people individually who he thought wasn't caring, but didn't call them out in front of everybody, didn't call them out to the media, spoke one-on-one individually. That is a leader, just between me and you. That's a leader. And Brunson, they turned it around. Not Miller. Miller sounds like a child. Doing good, Kyle. Thanks for asking. Bruin, yes. Looking forward to tomorrow night's game, man. Victor, you're doing it. I love that you're doing that, man. You're throwing everything against the wall. I love it. Oh, the Holden, yes. Tony, our good guy Anthony. You'll see him in here under Anthony Pierre. Good lover of Holden. I just lost my place. Yep, we don't know where the Knicks will be. That's right. It's our window of championship. Yeah. The way the Knicks have been playing right now, they have been rolling. NASCAR coverage, 212 with the duels of the race, green to checker. Love it, Victor. Love it. I'll be tuning in for those because I'll be watching the races anyway. Most of them. Most of the time I can watch the whole race. If I can, I record it and I don't look at my phone because I want to watch the end of the race without. I can't watch it if I know who wins. It's different. Good, Kyle. Good to hear it, man. Guys, got to check out Kyle's lives, man. They're just funny. They're fun. Kyle just enjoying life every time he goes on there. I have a rain delay backup to keep it going. Side note, I have rain delay backup. Back on, guys. Back on. Can you hear me? You guys hear me? Back on. Back on. Can you guys hear me or no? We're back. We're back. Can you hear me? I got the team ready. Look, we're back. We're back. We're back. There you go, Bruin. RIP stream. Yes. RIP stream. Let me catch up on these guys. Hold on. Let me catch up. I don't even know where I left off. I don't know where I'll start here. Holden Chrysler, government, newspapers fueled the end of phase 4 before it even got its chance. That's awful, Bond. Awful. Awful. It shouldn't be, man. It shouldn't be. Why did they do it? Yeah, it's all for votes, right? I shouldn't even ask why. It's all for votes. All for. That's what it is, man. All for votes. They probably don't care one way or the other about the car, but you can get me in? We'll do that. Anyway, we don't get political in here. I'm just saying that's probably what that was about. So all good. Yeah, I like this new system I have set up in here because it let me get right back on. Like I lost connection, but it let me right back on here. And in time for the second period, I didn't have to set the whole thing up all over again. Boy, this is good. I like that. I haven't had BTDs in a while. We haven't had BTDs in a while. That wasn't even my fault. We lost connection completely. But this stream here, this new stream that I do, let me go right back to where I was. Ward versus Gotti. Yes, Mickey Ward Gotti. Any one of those bomb fests. That's a real-life Rocky movie right there. No blocking. No blocking needed. That's a Rocky movie right there. Whew. I'll be calling World Cup Soccer with special co-host Angus. Nice, guys. Oh, man, we'll be competing because I'm doing that too. I'll be doing World Cup also. That's cool you got Angus on there. He's a soccer ambassador, man. He's a soccer genius. Good stuff, Victor. That's awesome. Hope New England wins the Super Bowl. Oh, Riley, boo, boo. Not booing you, Riley, booing New England. No one wants New England to win the Super Bowl, Riley. Nobody. They're not going to win anyway. Seattle's going to beat them. I'm not booing you, Riley. It's just New England. Nobody wants them to win except fans of the Patriots. Happy birthday. Thanks. Yep. Riley did have a recent birthday. Des, another fam dweller in the basement. She's already been in the basement. I'm way behind. I'm catching up. Fam dweller in the basement. Here come the Penguins right inside. Nope. Wow, the Rangers intercepted it. Everybody's saying what's up to each other. I'm going to pass by those so I can catch all the way up. Des, hey, Des. Bruin, what's up? Mr. Marine, Des. All right, let me catch up on these. Scotty's a machine. Oh, I will. I will request songs. I got to hop in on one of those. I got to put the bell notice on for Scotty. I thought I did, but I got to put it on, man. That'd be really cool. Tyson Holyfield, yeah, they were good fights. Yep. You know what's a good one? I got one for you, Victor. How about Tommy the Hitman Hearns versus Hagler, Marvin Hagler. Man, that was a 3-round bomb fest. I think it only went 3 rounds. I think that was a 3-round bomb fest. Do that. Happy Adelaide Giants are champions again. Baseball league. Nice. Perot gives him a chance. Michael, another cellar dweller accounted for. Michael's in the basement. I like Perot. He's starting to come into his own. Perot, Will Cooley. I even like Robertson, Matthew Robertson. I didn't know he spent 7 years in AHL. He spent 7 years on the Wolfpack. But we're saying in here, Michael, we were saying in here that Lafreniere needs to go. It's just a waste of space. And Keandre Miller being gone, I screamed not to trade him before he was traded. That was such a waste. And Scott Morrow is trash so far. Yep, we stink. I think Sam Rosen saw it coming and bounced. Seth, go Pittsburgh Penguins. Yeah, the Penguins are finally back on track, man. Finally back on track. They're next to the Sabres, one of the hottest teams in hockey. Slumby, Notre Dame, and it. Yeah. I grew up. Notre Dame was on every Saturday. They had Tony Rice was the quarterback. Tim Brown, of course, one of the greatest wide receivers. You never hear about him and Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison was not on Notre Dame. He's talking about great receivers that you never hear about. Tim Brown was on that team. Jerome Bettis came out of Notre Dame. Ricky Williams, and he admitted it. That's the one thing about him. He didn't even hide it. He said he loved smoking too much to be in the league. He even took a year off. Ricky Williams was wasted talent, but man, Mike Ditka, man, he really, I mean, come on, man. That's a tall statement to say you got the next Walter Payton. Wow. Boy, he's way off on that one. Boo, Rangers, go Flyers. Seth, how can you be a Penguins fan and a Flyers fan? They're in the same division. That's like me saying I love the Rangers and the Islanders. That one doesn't make sense. I'm a Jet fan, Giant fan, Yankee fan, Met fan, but they have nothing to do with each other. I would never go for the Islanders in a million years. Never. You're probably going for them today because they're playing the Rangers. Rangers suck. Everybody beats them. This is my last Ranger game. I'm going to my second team, the Lightning, after this. The Lightning are my second team. The Flyers had fun with them, right, Seth? Yeah, Rangers have quit on themselves, except for a couple guys out here who really are trying. Good hit. The Rangers have won 5 straight in Pittsburgh, but that's when they were actually trying. Speaking of, was that Robertson too? Boom, laid him out. Laid Brazil out. They're doing a review. That shouldn't be a penalty. Hurts and Tua when healthy. Tua, come on. Tua hasn't won anything. But he has had concussions. But I'm talking about Alabama's this great college team and sent no quarterbacks to the NFL for all those years. None. That's what I mean about overhyping college players. Yes, some do come through, but most don't. Reggie Bush was going to be the next Marshall Faulk. He's not even in the same sentence as he had a nice career. You're on Marshall Faulk. But the media has to big up all these guys to be superstars right off the bat. Eventually, Drake May, even if they lose the Super Bowl, they're going to want the next Tom Brady right off the bat. Ricky Williams sitting on a mountain. Ricky Williams is like a real peaceful guy, like a really peaceful guy. I don't know anything about cricket, Riley, but Manav and other guys in here do. Oh, guys, I'm way behind. Let me I'm going to catch up on these. I'm going to skip over. Happy birthday, Riley, from Diz. I'm going to skip over a few of the hellos. Been getting a good friend of mine. Nice. Well, red, white, and blue. I almost chose the Bulldogs for that reason. Good stuff. Bond says, what's up, Dez? Vincent Russo started them. Insanely good. Wow. Drop that in the Discord, Bond, or I'll forget. I will check it out. Jokic is out for all of January. Yeah, he won't get for the MVP. Jokic is the best center in the game. Join the Dodgers. John, are the Dodgers going to win the World Series? I mean, why won't they? Really, why won't they win the World Series? I don't see why they won't. It's awful, but why? I mean, I go for everybody over them. I wouldn't go for the Red Sox over them in the World Series. If the Red Sox made the World Series, I would not. I would have to go for the Dodgers. And I hate to say that, but I do. What are they doing? Second, another save by Quick. It's still only 2-0. I mean, if we could find a way to get something in the back of the net, we might be able to pull off a surprise. On Seth, Penguins scored more goals than the Rangers. What? They're up 2-0. Yeah, they're up 2-0. Making fun of the Rangers doesn't bother me, Seth, if that's what you're trying to do. I've been numbed by the New York Jets. My teams are trash. I don't defend them. But, yes, they're up 2-0 right now. 5 decades of Victorian Football League is not being streamed on Channel 7 anymore. Wow. Earl the Pearl Monroe. Oh, another great one. Oh, Michael, nice. Trade Lafreniere. Yes, trade him. 100%. 100%. He took the money and ran. He did really great up until he got his contract, and then he just does nothing. I want to keep Mika. You keep Mika, who has turned around great under Sullivan. Mike Sullivan's going to be fine for us, man. And Drury was good. The Rangers were good under Drury for the first few years, but now it's just been a total crap show. And writing apology letters to the fans is really weird. I don't care if they trade Rempe. I think me too. Rempe's big thing was fighting. That's what the hype was. I wouldn't get a Rempe jersey. You know what Rempe is? Without fighting, he's Adam Edstrom. Adam Edstrom is Rempe. These guys are big and they don't score. Rempe does nothing out there. Nothing. They could trade him. I'd be fine with that. My friend DC, Michigan. Oh, that's cool, Bon. That's awesome, man. That'd be great. Nico's Lafreniere is such a disappointment. Has the skills, but missing just about. Joe Micheletti, Joe Micheletti is, Sam Rose's longtime announcer partner. He called out Lafreniere a lot last year. He'd circle him like, hey, oh, wow, we actually tried to score there. Lafreniere, he'd circle him, say, look, he comes down and in transition, look at him. He's like just taking his time, getting back. He doesn't do anything. Mood Elevator, good to see you in the basement. Subscribe, bell, notice, like button. What's going on? Good to have you in here. Michael's, Zibanejad's getting a little older, but he'd be a key veteran I would keep. And JT Miller, man, I wouldn't care if they traded him for a decent package. I can't believe he's the captain. I've said it in here about 100 times in here already today. Vinny Trocheck should have been the captain. But, yeah, it's time to retool. Igor is the only untouchable person to me of the veterans. There's young guys I wouldn't want to trade. I wouldn't want to trade Cooley or Perot or those guys. But what do I know? I didn't want to trade Keandre Miller. He's gone for what? Nothing. Awesome. Well, Bon is a huge Scotty Butters fan. I'm going to get in that live stream soon. And thank you for joining this one. We really appreciate it. And that is awesome. Awesome. That's Stella. Here, baby. Come here. She's tired. She'll be 1 year and a couple of weeks. 1 year and a couple of weeks. Yep, there she is. Stella. She's awesome. Oh, I got to watch because she'll try to chew my my chains. But, yeah, she's tired. But she is really cool. She's a lot of fun. And she's been a good buffer since we lost Rocco. Did his stream cut? Oh, I'm back. All right, everybody's talking about my stream, so I'm going to go through until I catch up to where everybody is now. BTDs, everyone. Yeah, where's Mikhailov, man? We lost him. He came up with one of the greatest statements, basement technical difficulties, because I would fall off all the time. I got the team. We ready? I got the team ready. We know where you'll be there ASAP. Maybe the stream said, Johnny, just stop. That's why I cut off. They didn't want me watching this anymore. Mr. Marine, yes, I'm back. All right, I think I'm about caught up now. Manav, I'm bowling now, guys. Have a good evening. All right, Manav, thanks for joining us. The Penguins are bowling right now, too. All the pins are set up as Rangers. Later, Manav. Manav will be back. He always pops back in. Desmond Howard, yes. He was a great special teams guy, though. He never turned into a wide receiver he was supposed to be, but he was very dangerous. And, of course, that huge kick return in the Super Bowl against the Patriots that year. Yeah, Desmond Howard was decent, man. But for his position, he wasn't. Oh, bad pass. Will Borgen's another guy, snazzy. Will Borgen's another guy to get rid of. I mean, you traded Trouba to get Will Borgen, right? That didn't work out very well. I keep Gavrikov. I'd keep him. I think Gavrikov's been put in a bad spot since Fox has been hurt. Yep. That's got to be the one, Victor. That was a bomb fest. Hitman versus Hagler was a bomb fest. And you know what back then, Victor, what I loved about boxing back then? There was no like forever, 5,000 years for preparation to get ready for the fight. The Hitman and Hagler were like, you think you can beat me? I don't think you can. Let's go. I mean, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but like, hey, let's go tomorrow. Let's just get this done. Let's do it tomorrow. That's how it was back then. You think you can beat me? Prove it. Let's go. And that's the way it was. Now it's like, well, you got to have my contract signed. And I get it for the money stuff, but man. And then it has to be hyped up for 9 months before the fight really happens. So I really miss that type of boxing. Those guys, and they were bombs, man. They weren't like some of the fighters today that make sure that, their face doesn't get beaten up. Like what Pacquiao did to Oscar De La Hoya. Wow. He didn't want his face tagged up like that. But back then, they didn't care about that. They just fought. And Marvin Hagler, I think, is the most disrespected great fighter of all time. No one gives him the accolades he should get. No one. You never hear his name. Marvin Hagler was a great, great boxer. Code, Boston and New York City hate each other in sports except for Celtics and Knicks. Oddly. Yeah, and the Bruins and the Rangers, I don't hate, it's funny it's funny you brought that up. I don't hate the Bruins like you think I would hate Boston teams because they're in the Eastern Conference, but they don't play in our division. Like the Islanders are a Boston team to me. I hate the Islanders more than I hate the Bruins. I would go for the Bruins over the Islanders and not think twice about it. The Bruins don't bother me. And I don't mean their level of play. I just mean they're a Boston team. I hate the Celtics, the Red Sox, and the Patriots. But the Boston Bruins don't bother me. They just don't. I don't. Because they're not a direct rival of the Rangers. That's it. But it's a good point because a lot of people don't do the Celtics and Knicks thing like you hear Yankees and Red Sox. Patriots-Jets isn't a rivalry. The Giants would be more of a rivalry, but the Giants own the Patriots. The Giants own the Patriots. They owned them in 2 Super Bowls, and it kills all Patriot fans that a New York team owned them like that. I mean, like really owned them. Beat them twice in Super Bowls and beat the 18-0 team. And that kills Tom Brady. He admits it. Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time. He admits it. He'd give back 2 or 3 rings, he said, to get that undefeated season. And that's a real winner. He's a real winner. So the losses really bother him. It's not like, well, I have 7 rings. And losing to Foles, I bet, bothers him a lot. Seth, oh, yeah, back. Yeah, I lost connection, Seth. I lost connection. That hasn't happened in here in a long time, but I knew it when I was clicking comments and nothing was working. I looked down, connection lost. Quick is now saving everything. Why don't they show the shots on the – they do it on MSG, the local channel, the Rangers channel, Rangers and Knicks. They show the shots on goal through the – why doesn't ABC do that? They show shots on goal once in a while like it's a gift. 16-9 shots on goal. So the Rangers have 1 shot this period then because they had 8 in the first period. Because a guy named Tex from Texas – bought the team way back when, and because Texas Rangers are a huge name, he named them the New York Rangers because he was from Texas. I forget his last name. I had to look that up, but that's why they're called the Rangers. Because you would think Texas Rangers, but that's why they're called that because the guy who owned them was from Texas. That's the short of a long story. Those fights back then were the best. They sure were. Remember another one, Victor, if you could find it. Randall Tex Cobb, another punching bag, but he never went down versus Larry Holmes. Jerry Cooney versus Larry Holmes. That was a 15-rounder. Larry Holmes versus Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson made him pay. Made Larry Holmes pay for beating up Muhammad Ali like he did. Muhammad Ali should have never been in that fight against Larry Holmes. Should have never been in that fight. He already had issues. He should have never been put up. His people should have never put him in that fight, his camp. Go Phillies. But the Phillies, speaking of rivalries, the Phillies really hate the Mets, I think, more than any other team. They really hate the Mets, Seth. They have to. The Mets have been all over the Phillies for a long time. And then they swooped in and got Bo Bichette like that. They really hate the Mets. I think that is the Phillies' biggest rival is the Mets. Pittsburgh fan here. Jeff, subscribe, bell notice. Go Pens. There, no problem. We got fans of all types of teams in here, Jeff. No problem, man. Penguins have been – them and the Buffalo Sabres are the hottest team in hockey right now. Them and the Buffalo Sabres, hottest team in hockey. No doubt. And Crosby wants another ring. Speaking of, like, we're talking about winners, like Tom Brady and them talking about winning, Crosby, Malkin, these guys never give up, man. They want another ring. They're not out there, well, I have enough rings. I'm just going to skate around. I was part of a dynasty, 10 years ago, what have you. They still want those rings. Got to respect that. Vaguely, Staff Sergeant, vaguely remember him. The Irish fighter I remember from back then, Jerry Cooney, was the most famous one, but I vaguely remember Barry McCougan. I'd have to look him up, to be honest with you. I don't remember much about him. I'm a Wolves and Cowboys fan, and my least favorite teams are the Mavs and the Eagles. Oh, the Dallas Mavericks and the Philadelphia Eagles. Oh, Minnesota Wolves and Dallas Cowboys. Okay. Really? You don't like the Dallas Mavericks? I never cared about them one way or the other. And the Eagles don't bother me. Really, because I think the Eagles really, man, the Eagles, they got rid of their offensive coordinator, which should have already been done. That guy was awful, and A.J. Brown was awful. Because, honestly, Seattle is worthy of being in the Super Bowl, but I think, the Eagles could have gone further than the 49ers. If I was an Eagles fan, seeing the 49ers get their doors blown off the following week, Brock Purdy threw 2 interceptions against the Eagles. It's not like the Eagles' offense was doing much. They had that trick play with the wide receiver. I forget which receiver it was, throwing to Christian McCaffrey for the touchdown. I just think the Eagles, being defending champions, should have blown them out. Should have just blown them out with all the mistakes San Francisco's making. I think they should have just blown them out. But again, Pagula's terrible, and A.J. Brown dropping passes he should have caught. Just that alone, they would have won. But they'll be right back in it next year. Another save by Jonathan Quick. The guy does not – that's one guy. Another guy doesn't quit. Jonathan Quick will play at an elite level even at 40. Go – oh, yeah, Code, you got a direct rival here with the Philadelphia Birds with Seth. The Eagles. Fair. Hitman champion, I think, 3 or 4 weight classes. Tommy Hearns was a beast, man. Tommy Hearns would throw with anybody. Yep. Tommy Hearns was both of them, actually, Victor, I'll take that back. Not just Hagler. Tommy Hearns, and like you always hear about Leonard and Duran, you hear about them and Sugar Ray Leonard. By the way, if you remember Victor, at one point, do this fight. At one point, the one where Marvin Hagler got robbed in that fight against Sugar Ray Leonard. Leonard got it because he's Sugar Ray Leonard. Marvin Hagler beat him in that fight. You know the one I'm talking about. It's from the mid-'80s. Hagler was not popular with the fans. Kind of like I tell you what, the Pittsburgh's been having these power plays, and the Rangers been shutting them down. But Jonathan Quick has. Like I said, I feel sorry for Jonathan Quick just being put in the position he's in. Because this other guy, Spencer Martin, that came up from the minor leagues, he needs to go right back down there. Some British boxing was great, too. Chris Eubanks Sr. was elite. I heard of him. He was an older guy. And how about the Klitschko brothers? Klitschko. But I think, to me, boxing died for a while. Lennox Lewis, I thought, was a great champion, but people are like, well, he didn't fight anybody. Mike Tyson was old and Vander Holyfield was older. And like Vander Holyfield would fight you right now. Like that guy stayed fighting for a long time. But I thought Lennox Lewis, even if those guys were in their prime, he would have put up a decent fight. What's the parrot's name? It's Stella. No, I don't do any cursing, Jeff, so she doesn't curse either. No, I would not let her. I wouldn't teach her curse words. Her name is Stella, though. Great save by Quick. He just went back 20 years with that save, but unfortunately, he saved it this way. It rebounded back out that way, and the Rangers defenders are all just hanging out watching. Jonathan Quick just made a great save, far end of the thing, and rebounded in front of the net. Nobody in front of the net. Just the defenders just standing around, hanging out. The Rangers, Quick's teammates were in awe at that great save he just made. He stepped back 20 years. They're like, wow, look at that save Quick made. Look at that. Look at this. Look at Borgen just standing there. Will Borgen just hanging out. Will Borgen and Matthew Robinson are both in front of the net and did nothing. How is a guy, I can't see who it is. Was it Malkin? No, it wasn't Malkin. How is he just standing there? No one's checking him out of the crease. Nobody. Boy, go back to the Jeff Bukaboom days. He would have been laid out. He'd have been laid out hanging out in front of the net like that. Ray Boom Boom Mancini. Victor, good name. Boom Boom Mancini. Julio Cesar Chavez, right? Who would have won out of Rocky Marciano versus Muhammad Ali? Muhammad Ali would have won. I mean, Sonny Liston was like one of the baddest MFers out back at that time. And Muhammad Ali dispatched him like he was nothing. Like Sonny Liston, he had a lot of personal issues. Sonny Liston had like boulders for hands, and guys did not want to fight him. Muhammad Ali dispatched him like he was nothing. Muhammad Ali would have beaten Marciano. Tex Ricard is even from Texas. Yes, that's right. That's where the Rangers came from. Ricard, thank you, Bruin. Thank you, Bruin, our hockey ambassador. We have a lot of ambassadors in here. Tyson... I think Tyson in his prime, it's not a popular opinion, but I think Tyson in his prime would have beaten Ali. He would have came inside with that devastating uppercut, man. And Ali was beaten. I mean, Joe Frazier beat him. I mean, he was beaten. And George Foreman should have beat him. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, right? I think Mike Tyson in his prime, in Mike Tyson's real prime, I think he would have taken Ali. Gotten inside and gave, because Tyson always took away taller and stronger and length. Took arm reach all the way when he came inside with those uppercuts. I'd put my money on prime Tyson. Penguins are playing good. They are, Seth. They're playing really good. They jumped out 2-0. Now it's 3-0. And the Rangers, Jonathan Quick is playing to the level he can play at. No one's helping him. Boom Boom Mancini versus Duke Koo Kim in the mid-'80s. Wow. Staff Sergeant, you're throwing out some names, man. Wow. Jeff, thank you, man. Join us. They do all types of sports. We'll be doing the Knicks versus Lakers and LeBron tomorrow night, and flipping over to my second team, the Lightning versus the Bruins. They have two major nationally televised events on at the same time. That's crazy. Artemi Panarin is going to be off the Rangers, will not play prior to the Olympics, unless some magical thing happens. I hate to lose him, but he's 34, and I wouldn't give him a 6-year deal at 34. So, I mean, I might as well get something for it when you can. I hate the Mavs because I think they only made the finals against the Celtics to make Luka look good before he went to L.A. Well, the Mavs had a good team then, too. I mean, you had Luka and Kyrie Irving, and boy, they broke up fast. You know, one time they had Luka and Jalen Brunson, the same team. I mean, Brunson was the two. And then it's funny because the New York media, when the Knicks missed out on Donovan Mitchell and got Jalen Brunson, the New York media was like, oh, here the Knicks go again, pulling the wool over their fans' eyes with Jalen Brunson, who's not Donovan Mitchell, and he's not going to be able to play in New York, and he's not, and now they're all kissing his ass. Granted, no one saw this coming out of Jalen Brunson, but I mean, come on. Guy is outstanding, and then the media is all kissing his ass. And they all trashed him before he came in. That's typical New York. Typical New York media. Oh, he's not going to be Donovan Mitchell, and they're lying to the Knicks fans saying we got a solid player here to lead our team and be our point guard and the quarterback of the team and blah blah blah. And he's not going to be able to do it. He won't handle the pressure of New York. He doesn't have Luka next to him anymore. There's not many point guards in the league that take over Brunson. Not many. Rocky was a beast. He would just wear Ali down. Rocky way more physical boxer. I'll have to disagree with you on that. Not on your assessment of Rocky. Your assessment of Rocky, I agree with, but I don't think he would have taken Ali. Happy my Eagles got rid of Kevin Patullo. You should be, Seth. What a waste of time that guy. That guy played with Madden football plays. Maybe Tecmo Bowl. Might have played with Tecmo Bowl plays from Nintendo in the 90s. He was awful. Maybe the Jets will take him on. Maybe the Jets will take – that would be perfect for him to go to the Jets. What a mess that team is. And Dante Moore is staying back at Oregon, by the way. Everybody's like, oh, look at that. Sorry, Jets even lost out on him. No, we didn't. We didn't lose out on Moore. We're going to see him right there in April of 27. We're going to see you, Dante Moore, April of 27. After we win 2 games in 2026, we're going to win 2 games, and that's the over. That's the over, too. We're going to be right there, number 1 pick. Dante Moore will be waiting for you in April of 27. You only put off 1 year of your fate. You have a stay of execution before the Jets draft you in 27. Mark Breland and what was the other dude's name? Oh, and Floyd Mayweather tore this kid up. Oh, come on. What was his name? Ricky Hatton. Ricky Hatton. All the hype around Ricky Hatton. And Mayweather dispatched him like nothing. He wrecked him. He wrecked Ricky Hatton. Boom, boom, boom. Wrecked him. That fight was so overhyped, and he did nothing against Mayweather. Ooh, good. Look at that. You saw that? That was a good one, Stella. She flew right to my shoulder. She is learning. Doesn't always make it. You guys see, she doesn't always make it, but she made it that time. Good girl. That was a good one. Now she's going to try to bite my hat. Victor, hey, Victor, I'm thinking the same thing. Jeff, hello. Seth, Dylan Moore agreed deal with Phillies. Good. And Phillies got to make some moves. Highest points percentage since January 1st. My Lightning, Bruins, and then the Penguins. And why, for those that don't know, why do I like the Lightning? Because I lived there for 13 years. I was a season ticket holder. The Rangers were always my number 1 team. But going to all those Lightning games, and they weren't that good then. It was the mid-2000s. They weren't that good. Stamkos had just gotten drafted. Victor Hedman. Mike Smith was their starting goalie. Nitamaki was their backup. Another guy, Dan Ellis, came along. These are all the goalies. Dwayne Rolison. Then Ben Bishop, who did pretty well. Vasilevsky was finally drafted. They went from John Tortorella to Barry Melrose, for those that forget. Let's see, she's trying to grab my hat. And Guy Boucher, and then John Cooper. So, yeah. But when the Lightning play the Rangers, I don't have any feeling for the Lightning. But every other time, yes. Yeah, baby. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl, baby. Hold on, guys. Four minutes left in the third period. The Rangers are being outshot 20-9. 20-9. They're being outshot. Chris Eubank Jr. isn't half bad either. I haven't seen him fight. Also, I found out the U.S. and Aussie soldiers create a hybrid of American and Aussie football called Ostas. Wow, Code, I didn't know that. Not cursing makes him odd for a New Yorker. It's a stereotype. That is a stereotype, and I did a whole lot of cursing in my day when I was a humongous drinker and an alcoholic and a whole lot different kind of person than I am now. So, to your point, Code, yes, I was an F-bomb king for a long time. I don't I've had people in the past say, oh, I'm a grown man. You are, but just don't do it in here. That's all. Everybody's a grown man. I don't care if people do it in other streams. That's why I don't do politics or religion. I have my beliefs and I have other things and all that, but it causes arguments, it causes strain, it causes people hating each other, and all that stuff starts. And that's not what this is here for. We're here for sports, and I don't care what team you go for. It's all fun in here. The only sport player we don't respect in here is the guy off the post, almost 4-0, is the guy that comes in here at the end of the game, any game, and then talks crap. Like, where were you at the beginning of the game? Don't come in when the game is safe and over. This game was over before it started, so I'm not really referring to this game. But, like, let's say tomorrow we do the Knicks and the Lakers. And let's say the Lakers blow out the Knicks or they just happen to win. We'll get that Laker fan at the very end of the game when it's over, when we know it's over. Oh, your team sucks. Oh, the Knicks ain't nothing. Yeah, where were you at the beginning of the game? That's the only person we don't respect in here. Other than that, you can go for whatever team you want. Code word, I'm pretty sure JB did a video on that. On what? The World War II? The Ostis? I did the Anzac Day stuff. I know I did the I'm going to do it again. The people are telling me I should do a different what was it? I was only 19. And there's a few of those songs. We'll do those again come Anzac Day. Oh, we got a fight. Finally, Sam Carrick. There you go. Finally, somebody on the Rangers is showing some heart. Sam Carrick, I do like. I wouldn't like to get rid of Carrick. The guy doesn't score goals, but we didn't bring him in to score goals. We brought him in to be a good fourth-line center and a tough guy. He's tougher than Rempe and Edstrom. Like, people forget Adam Edstrom's even on the team. He's been injured for like 2 months. Does anybody know or care? No. I don't know why bad players don't try. In my opinion, who try hard are still good. But if you don't try, if you don't try and just quitting, why would you want that guy on your team? Like, Jonathan Quick might know he's about to get traded because the Rangers are retooling. It has nothing to do with him as being a bad being put in a bad position, because he's not a bad player. He's just, a couple times a week, 2 games every 10 days. That's what he's there for, and he's solid. We see his numbers the last couple of years with the Rangers as solid backup numbers. Any team that's fighting for a playoff position would love to have Jonathan Quick as their backup. Knowing you got a veteran goalie coming in, a veteran Hall of Fame first ballot goalie coming in. Worth it. Joe Frazier was something. Yeah, Joe Frazier, another guy that doesn't get a lot of respect. 4-on-4. This is fun. 4-on-4. 4-on-4. I like those. And Staff Sergeant, you and I already knew that the Rangers are going to lose this game. It's the last Ranger game I'm doing of the year. Like I said, it's all Knicks, Lightning, and then the Yankees, and I'll do some Mets too. Isn't. Hello. 0 shots on goal since 3:07 in the first period. You hear that? The Rangers have had 0 shots on goal since 3:07 left in the first period. There's 2:23 left in the second period. They haven't had a shot on goal since then. Not one. Yeah. Listen, Jets and Giants was bad enough to watch, and the Rangers are just terrible. They'll always be our number one team, but we are lightning the rest of the way this year. Cullen, think Tyson would have got in tight on Ali and Cade Odom. Oh, I do. In prime Tyson, when he had he was a wrecking machine. People were upset that their pay-per-view money they were paying was over first round. Guy was vicious, man. He was vicious. Yeah, I think so too. I think he's the greatest in his prime, the greatest boxer of all time. Because he already had most people beat before he even came in the ring. That Buster Douglas thing was very strange. That was a very strange, talk about sleeping on somebody. But and then Buster Douglas turned around, got hyped for a little while, and then Evander Holyfield in the very next fight cleaned him in 2 rounds. Cleaned him in 2 rounds. Evander Holyfield, by the way, doesn't get a lot of – you don't hear his name a lot either. That guy was very hard to knock down. Evander Holyfield could take some bombs to his face, and he didn't go down. He was still boxing in his 40s. I think it's because he needed the money, but I don't know. Whatever. Good day, Cullen. Hey, Cullen, another Aussie dweller accounted for. Cullen's in the basement. What's going on, Cullen? Solely my opinion. I've seen both more Ali, but Rock was he was. Oh, he definitely. Absolutely. Absolutely, and I get it. I totally get it. I get the God status. I get the undefeated status. I get all of that. And that's why I said your assessment of Rocky is right on point, 100% on point. Like I said, it's hypothetical. We're living in hypotheticals. Who knows who would have won? I think Tyson would have beaten everybody. That's my opinion on the whole thing. I think prime Tyson would have beaten everybody. When Tyson was 20 years old, he was a wrecking machine. Wrecking machine. I think he would beat everybody in his prime. Oh my gosh! The Rangers scored a goal. Oh my gosh! You know why? Because the goalie didn't know the Rangers actually take shots. That was Lafreniere, Staff Sergeant, your favorite player. Lafreniere scored a goal. Staff Sergeant, Alexi Lafreniere, your favorite Ranger. I know you're ordering his jersey right now as we speak. Look at Lafreniere. And Skinner was like, oh, I didn't know the Rangers took shots. He wasn't ready. Wow. Skinner's like, what? What happened there? And Lafreniere, 11th goal this season. Wow. Cullen got core of name back. They changed mine too, but I changed it back. Oh, you're talking about your name, your usernames. I got you now. I didn't know what you guys were talking about. Oh, as he should be, Seth. Oklahoma. Oh, the Colorado Avalanche and the OKC Thunder are just killing it. I mean, they are killing hockey and NBA. But as we've seen in the past, and I've always said, if you don't have playoffs, it's hard for me to. I mean, like I like Premier League and I like Liga MX soccer, but without playoffs, man, it's hard for me to buy in that you're the number one team, even though you've proven it. And I get the champion leagues and all the other leagues that these guys have proven it and so on. But to me, if you don't have playoffs, you got to prove it, man. You got to get in that pressure. How do you know how those players are going to be under the pressure of a playoff? I'm not going to go through the whole thing again, but as I told you, the four major sports here, the teams, basketball, football, hockey, baseball, with the winning record, with the record for wins in the regular season, all four of them did not win their championship in their respective sports the same year. Not one. Patriots, Mariners, Bruins, and Golden State Warriors. All of them lost. That's why you gotta prove it. Oh, Lafreniere is trying to get another goal, Staff Sergeant. Lafreniere is trying to get another goal, Staff Sergeant. Wow, he actually shot again. Oh my gosh. End of the second period. The Rangers show a little heart for 1 minute. Well, that's great though. We're back to Rangers hockey. Right with 1 second left on the clock, Will Cooley gets a holding penalty. So the Rangers get to start off the third period with trying to kill off a penalty. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. No, it's not. It's not unbelievable. Oh, boxing is one of the few sports where errors don't really matter since punching hard and you can't really upgrade punch. True. Very true. Good point, Code. Because normally comparing errors is tough in other sports. It's just tough. Who knows what would have done? I'm not big into doing hypotheticals. That's why I like to say goats of eras. That's me personally. I like to say who's a goat of an era, but who's to say, because competition's different. There's so many different variables, and the rules are different too. So the rules have softened a lot. Rocky and Bruno are absolute level guys. Every Italian with that backing you better deliver, and both did and more. Yeah. Yep, that's true. Very huge. Yep. And I think you have Apollo level gods. I actually read it the way you typed it. Apollo. I'm like, who's Apollo? Apollo. Get it. MJ is the GOAT. Have you ever seen MJ flop? That was a never. Never saw him flop. MJ's the GOAT of his era. I don't think he's the overall GOAT. I think he's the GOAT of his era. I mean, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has 6 rings. He did it with 2 different teams. The Lakers aren't going far without Kareem. Kareem has 6 rings. See, it's funny. One thing that's funny to me with this, and I don't want to entertain this conversation, but like Bill Russell has 11 rings, and Jordan said it himself. People say, well, you can't count that era because it wasn't the competition. You know, people make the excuse why Bill has 11 rings. But with the ring thing, it's funny because Will Chamberlain's from that era. Bill Russell beat him more than once. And there's not a person on this planet that would take Bill Russell over Will Chamberlain. So the ring thing doesn't it's weird because it's, well, that's different. Like everybody changes up their argument. Because Bill has 11 rings, no one else does. And Jordan said it himself. It's about rings, and it's Bill Russell, nobody else. I mean, Robert Horry has 7 rings. Even though he wasn't a starter, he wasn't a bum bench player either. But I would never take him over Jordan. He shouldn't even be in the same breath. But there's not a player on the planet, I mean, not a fan, not anybody that would take Bill Russell over Will Chamberlain. But yet, Will Chamberlain has what, 2 rings? 2. So I don't look at everything as rings. I have to look at Jordan. One thing with Jordan was he won a lot, but he didn't win a lot against the greats of his era in the 80s. He won when a lot of them retired in the 90s. Jordan is a phenomenal GOAT of his era. But I only do eras because we can't compare then to now. Like, I think Walter Payton is the GOAT running back of all time, but linebackers back then are now safeties. The size of linebackers back then would be like a safety today. Remember when the Fridge was like this humongous, like unbelievably sized guy, or what was the guy in the Packers? Gilbert Brown. Like, no one saw guys this size. There's guys on benches now that are that size. So I don't get into the whole GOAT of all time thing, but because to me, Joe Montana, he went to 4 Super Bowls, didn't throw an interception, and won them all. But people say, well, he only has 4 rings. Okay, well, Terry Bradshaw has 4 rings. You taking Bradshaw over Montana? Troy Aikman has 3 rings, so is he the next guy in line? Trent Dilfer has a ring and Dan Marino does it. We've said that in here a million times. So I don't do the whole ring thing, but Jordan to me is definitely the GOAT of his era. I just don't do the all-time thing. It's hard because we're talking about variables like Bill Laimbeer. Would Bill Laimbeer be a starter? Would he even be on a team? Rick Mahorn? Would these guys even be on a team in this era? No, they wouldn't be. So I don't know. Too much corruption in boxing. Amen. Why do Tampa Bay Lightning and Bucks have good arena stadium, but the Rays are not, from living in Tampa for a while, Code, the Rays are not supported down there. You know when the Rays have fans? And the Rays, respectfully, have battled the Yankees and the Red Sox, 2 of the upper echelon teams during the Joe Madden era of the Tampa Bay Rays, and they always battled them. And they had names like Evan Longoria and Corey Crawford and David Price, and they had some good players. But they didn't have the massive payrolls that these teams had, and they competed all the time. But nobody cared about the Rays. The only time the Rays had fans is when the Yankees were in town, or the Red Sox were in town, the Mets were in town, the Dodgers were in town. That place would pack out. And it's a shame because the stadium does it, but they don't have the support. They've been trying to move the Rays forever. The Tampa Bay Lightning, believe it or not, are the most exciting team down there. When I lived there, they weren't the best team. They weren't even the best team in hockey. But the fan support for the Lightning is bigger than the Bucks and bigger than the Rays. The Bucks get a lot of support down there. But going to a Tampa Bay Buck game in September, man, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon or even at 4 o'clock, boy, this is hot. And the BOD, the BOD will live forever. That guy thought that he was dropping like some funny stuff on us and like he'd be offended. The BOD has become the biggest term in this basement since that troll has been gone. Hope you're having a great weekend too. Me, another cellar dweller accounted for. Mean in the basement. Mean tomorrow night. Knicks, LeBron, and the Lakers. And the Lightning and the Bruins were on a half hour before, so we're going to be flipping back and forth. But the Knicks and the Lakers are going to be the main focus tomorrow night. Staff Sergeant Thomas, I knew you'd like that one. The stadium series, by the way, at Raymond James Stadium. You know he loves the BOD. He wishes he would come back. Oh, Seth, the Jets are a disaster, a disgrace and disaster and embarrassment to themselves, their families, and their fans. They are an absolute disgusting disgrace of a football team. How do you bring in Aaron Glenn, who will always be a beloved Jet as a player? He had over 40 interceptions in his career. He's one of the greatest cornerbacks of his era, not of all time, but of his era. Played on some great Jets teams, and he played on the bad Jet teams, the 4-28 Rich Kotite years. 4-28, 3-13 in '95, 1-15 in 1-15 in '96. Bill Parcells took over after the 1-15 season. 9-7, 12-4 in the AFC Championship game, just like that. But that kind of turnaround is almost impossible. To go from 1-15 to 12-4 inside of 3 football seasons is like, wow. So, but actually the Patriots just did that, but they got rid of Vrabel after 1 season. The Jets didn't do that. Woody Johnson's doubling down on Aaron Glenn. He brought in all these coordinators and assistants with him. He's fired 7 guys. 7. How does this guy still have a job? No interceptions all season. Blown out in the last 5 games. They lost by 3 touchdowns or more in all 5 of their last games. No one's ever done that in the NFL to finish out a season. When they were 0-7, believe it or not, they were more competitive, Seth. In 0-7, they only had 5 of those 7 games they lost by a touchdown or less. They're a disgrace. People, I don't care if they make fun of the Jets. I'll make fun of them better than you can. I've been a fan of this team for 44 years. Yes, we need to find BOD. You think our mission he would have been helpful today with this Ranger crap going on. Though it's 3-1, end of the second period. Oops, sorry. Warriors, yeah, you got a mission from Staff Sergeant Thomas. Find a BOD. Flacco and Nick Foles were unremarkable players, but tried hard and won a Super Bowl. Yep. You know, it's funny because when Trent Dilfer won, the Ravens defense was absolutely phenomenal. That's why they won. They blew the Giants out because the defense was allowed to play defense back then. You were allowed to play defense. The 85 Bears didn't even give up a touchdown till garbage time of the Super Bowl in 1985. They shut out the Lawrence Taylor Giants, shut out the Eric Dickerson Rams. And then in garbage time against Tony Eason, who I think started the game for the Patriots, and then Steve Grogan, old man Grogan, came in against the 85 Bears. And I think they finally scored a touchdown in garbage time. These were defenses that intimidated. Butterbean. Oh, gosh, yes. In the first Jackass, Butterbean versus Knoxville. Remember, he said, go ahead, man, you can punch me. How about the kickboxing female that beat up Ryan Dunn? God rest his soul. Ryan Dunn passed away a few years ago. That kickboxing champion lady, that Japanese lady, she beat him. Oh, she beat Ryan Dunn down. That was great. I think the title of that was Ass Kicked by a Woman, and she beat his ass. She was holding 3 belts, 2 over her shoulder, 1 around her waist. Like, yo, Ryan Dunn is in trouble. That Butterbean, that was hilarious. Knoxville got a concussion from that, I think. I think he really did. Rangers being the Rangers again, I see. Yep, we're going Lightning the rest of the season. Lightning and Knicks the rest of the football and baseball, hockey and basketball season. Lightning and Knicks the rest of the way. Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. Butterbean. Have you seen Butterbean now? If you haven't, YouTube Butterbean or look him up now. He's thin as a rail. Typical, yeah, Michael. This is terrible. It's terrible. And I had enough from the Jets and Giants in football season. Giants are going to be good again. Yeah, just can't handle the range. I've had enough crappiness. So, like I said, on to my second team, the Lightning. Butterbean was the king of the 3-rounders because he couldn't last a whole fight. He just became the king of the 3-rounders. You YouTube Butterbean's knockouts? Oh, man. Butterbean's funny. I always remembered it. I remembered his YouTube name. I'd find him. Yep. I forget. I think I screenshotted his stuff because he kept making different names and coming in here. But his original one, because he had a picture of me, like right here, a picture of me with his middle finger over it. That was his profile pic. I think I screenshotted that. I have to look at my other phone. My phone I had back then. I think I did screenshot that. I think I posted it in the Discord. Didn't I do that? I had a different phone back then. That's when I'm trying to think. Yeah, that was a few years ago now. My gosh, that was a few years ago. I like Sullivan, Michael. I'll be honest with you. I like Sullivan. I think he was think about our team, though. When Igor was playing and Adam Fox was playing, we still struggled. I think Mike Sullivan knew he was coming into a team with a bad position after Laviolette left. This team was a mess. I think he sees now. I think Keandre Miller was a mistake, but I think Sullivan, I don't know for sure, but he had to have had some say in that when Drury traded Keandre Miller, which was turns out to be a really terrible trade right now. But I think he's the guy to have behind the bench right now. I think it was a great hire. And I'm not going to judge him on this first season. It's not like an Aaron Glenn Jet season. But the defense is a problem. For Igor to face the most shots in the NHL before he got injured and save the most shots in the NHL, that tells you a lot. And how many shutouts did they have at home, Michael, where we lost 1-0? I say 1-0. Yes, we gave up an empty netter. There was a couple of games that was 2 and 3-0, but Igor only gave up 1 goal, and we lost. 1 goal, 1-0. No. I like Sullivan, but I mean, if next year we come out and we're really bad, I don't know. Look at the Lightning with John Cooper. They gave him a couple of chances where in our area he would have been fired. Lost to the Chicago Blackhawks in the Stanley Cup in 2015, which, okay, they were a dynasty team. Patrick Kane and Seabrook and Tays and Corey Crawford and net. But then you had the then record in 2019 of most regular season wins and get swept in the first round by the 8th seeded John Tortorella-led Blue Jackets. But Sergei Bobrovsky was the goalie in that, by the way. He would have been fired in New York. He had the number 1 overall team. He would have been fired. But they didn't fire him. Steve Yzerman, they kept him on. And what did they do? Back-to-back champions. So I wouldn't get rid of him. I'd give Sullivan a couple of years. That's our mission now. Yes, Bond, that is our mission. You got Staff Sergeant all fired up now. You got them all fired up. Yeah, it still sucks regardless. I hate this season right now. Hate it. Thank goodness for the Knicks. Thank goodness for the Knicks. They are following through. That's right. I knew you'd be excited, Staff Sergeant. I thought you dipped off to be ordering his jersey right now. Joe Expo, long time no see. I've seen your comment on my channel a couple times, though. Joe Expo, he is a cellar dweller. He has been commenting on my channel for a long time. How you doing, Joe? Good to see you in here, man. Yeah, man. It's great to have you back, Joe. I hope you didn't leave yet because I'm way behind. The AFL has a good playoff system. Yes, they do. I like their playoff system. Michael, Jim Mora has another famous saying, the playoffs, you kidding me? Playoffs? Yeah. We can't even win a game. But he has another one when he was the head coach of the Saints. Look up Diddly Poo. If you've never seen Diddly Poo from Jim Mora, which was before the famous playoff one, it is hilarious. YouTube Jim Mora Diddly Poo interview. You will die laughing. He came up to that mic and they're like, what happened today? He goes, we couldn't do diddly poo out there. We couldn't run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass. Every time we gave the other team the ball, they went down the field, scored points. We couldn't coach. We couldn't, he goes off. He goes crazy. You gotta look at it. Called Jim Mora Diddly Poo. It is hilarious. 1 minute. Staff Sergeant Thomas, I just remembered one of the basement bouncers posted a short video of the BOD incident. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Staff Sergeant, you got to get in the Discord. Would you argue that sports science would change athleticism? It's definitely different now, Slumby, because the players today, like I said, there's players from the past that probably wouldn't make it today. Probably wouldn't. The elite probably would, but the others probably wouldn't. There's different rules, different time. Remember Dan Marino and Joe Montana, for instance. They had to face. I mean, Joe Montana was knocked out cold in a important playoff game. If that happened to one of the superstars, Brady or Mahomes or whatever, during a game, literally knocked unconscious. By the way, when Montana was knocked unconscious, he threw a pick six to Lawrence Taylor. Right as he threw the ball, Jim Burt hit him right under the throwing arm. It was legal, and just bam, knocked him out unconscious. The ball went to Lawrence Taylor, pick six. There would have been 100 flags. The touchdown would have never counted. Debate shows would have been talking about it all week long. Back then, Montana was out. Ammonia sticks. Next man up. Modern boxing, who cares? I'm not into the modern boxing. I'm into the boxing from the old days, like the UFC. I was into that from the old days. Could make a decent difference in performance of boxers. That's true, too. As he should be. Jalen Hurts is in the Pro Bowl, as he should be. I don't understand. Maybe you don't hate him, Seth, but there's a lot of Eagles fans that don't like Jalen Hurts or Nick Sirianni, which is weird to me. I wish I had a quarterback like Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni that can take me to Super Bowls, win one, lose one. I'll take that in a minute. I'll take either one of those guys in a heartbeat. I know some Eagle fans that don't like them, and I'm like, really? Wasn't going to watch, but might now. Watch what, Slumpy? Which one? LeBron and yeah, I'm going to be doing that tomorrow night. The Lakers versus my Knicks. That's a big game. And the Lightning versus the Bruins is a big game. That's a big stadium game. Both teams are great. Boy, what a time for them both to be nationally televised games. Like, did anybody look at this? Against me saying that the number one teams through all the years that have never, you got it. I mean, the Avalanche, right? Unless someone beats them, the Avalanche are on smoke and fire right now, Michael. Oh, the Golden hockey. I'm thinking of the Stanley Cup. Look, the favorite's always Canada, right? But I'm going to go with USA this year, Michael. I'm going to go with USA. I'm going to go out on a limb and say we're finally going to get that. We're finally going to get that. We're finally going to take it this year. We're finally going to take it this year, Michael. That's what I'm going to say. Russell was amazing. They won 8 straight. Yeah, absolutely. 8 straight. 8 straight. That's right. LeBron James has more rings than Steph Curry. LeBron James is the GOAT of his era. He is the GOAT of his era, period. LeBron's the GOAT of his era. Steph Curry is the greatest three-point shooter of all time. And he beat Curry. They both beat each other. But he was down. LeBron is so hated. He was down. We're almost in the third period now, almost at the start of the third. LeBron was so hated. When they were down 3-1 to the 73-9 Golden State Warriors, they had a 3-1 lead over the Cavs. LeBron picture Michael Jordan. If he came back down 3-1, came back against a team that's 73-9, takes the championship, and leads both teams in points, rebounds, assists, blocks, and steals. LeBron led both teams in all of those categories. It's hardly spoken about. If Michael Jordan had done that, it would have been chapter 11 in The Last Dance. They would have never shut up about it, about all the greatness that he did and all this. But LeBron did it, and you hear a lot, well, the Warriors, it took 7 games, a good 7-game series. You don't ever hear the Warriors. Do you honestly hear about the Warriors? When you hear about chokes, you hear about my Yankees blowing that 3-0 lead to the Red Sox. You hear about the Falcons. You don't ever hear the Golden State Warriors choked away a 3-1 lead, the 73-9 team. You never hear about it. Why? Because it was LeBron that did it. He's so hated, and it's so mind-blowing why he's so hated. I'm happy to say that I've seen Walter Payton and Michael Jordan and LeBron James play, and Joe Montana and Tom Brady. I've seen greats from a lot of different eras play Barry Sanders. The hate he gets is beyond me. It's really weird. Walter Payton was also the Bears' best receiver and quarterback for I don't know if he did it. He could throw out of the backfield, Code. Very good. He could throw out of the backfield. I don't think he ever led the team in receiving, but he was a great receiving back. Yes. I'd have to look that one up. You might add me on that one. I'd have to look that one up, but I don't know if he ever led the team in receiving. But I mean, he had 1,800 yards, 1,800 plus in 14-game seasons. His first 3 years in the league, he only played in 14-game seasons. I got to tighten up a few things for tonight's show. Stay warm, stay safe. Yes, Victor, keep it up, brother. You're doing great, man. Keep it up. Quick, look at it. He's under pressure. Up, there it is, the goal. Saw it coming. Where is the Rangers defense? Nowhere to be found. Staff sergeant, like BOD, the Rangers defense is also missing. This, like I said, this last Ranger game we're doing, guys. These jerseys are going to go to the back of the rack. We're moving the Lightning jerseys forward, and we're moving on. Mark Sanchez made more. Yeah. Do you know that Mark Sanchez has made more AFC championship games than Dak and Tony Romo combined? That's a fact. And those were just on the Jets, not for his whole career. That was just on the Jets. Do you know in the last 30 years, The Jets have made more AFC championship games than the Bills and the Dolphins combined. They're sad facts, but they're facts. It's true. Since 1996, the Jets have made more AFC championship games than the Bills and the Dolphins combined. The Dolphins haven't even won a playoff game this century. They haven't won a playoff game since 2000. Or no, look at that, 5-1. They score again. Oh, you might get 10 goals here today. Hold on, guys. It's still, oh man, it's 5-1. 2 goals in the first 2 minutes. I lied. Minute and 40 seconds. Woo, 5-1. What a beatdown. What a beatdown. This is the New York Jets on ice. Yeah, I'll be doing all Lightning games after this. The last Ranger game we're doing this year. The rest is going to be Lightning, and Knicks. Where did I leave off? Well, you guys are typing a lot. Wait. Oh, okay. I'm going too far back. There we go. Tom Brady's best quarterback. He has most rings than everybody. Never beat the Giants. Right, Seth? And that kills Patriot fans. Kills them. You tell a Patriot fan you're a New York Giants fan, they'll say, oh, what has your team done lately? Doesn't matter. We beat that dynasty. The Giant fans that I know, and I like the Giants, but I'm a Jet fan first, but the Giants that beat them, they talk about the catch. Well, that catch wasn't a touchdown. The catch by Tyree, that wasn't a touchdown, though. And you guys are 18-0. 18-0. The Giants were a wild card. And then you had a second chance at beating them. They didn't beat them the second time. Tom Coughlin had a winning record against Bill Belichick straight up. I think they met 7 times, and he was 5-2 against Belichick. But everybody has their thing. But, yeah, that kills the Patriot fans that the Giants own them. That's why I think they love when they beat the Jets. They always mock and make fun of the Jets as if they're the only team that beats the Jets. Patriot fans get very excited when they beat up on the Jets. And may mock them and like, great now, hey, look, Sam Darnold and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, but the guy that the Patriot fans made fun of saying, oh, seeing ghosts and all this, it's probably going to beat him in the Super Bowl. But, and I'm happy for Sam Darnold. But they pride themselves on how much they beat the Jets, which is silly to me because everybody beats the Jets. And then I thought about it, I'm like, oh, it's because they couldn't beat the older brother. They couldn't beat the big brother Giants, so they have to make fun of the Jets. I get it. Okay, Victor, Michael. Oh, yeah. Tons of Ranger fans in Florida. Absolutely. And Penguin, forget about when Canada came to the Lightning games. You could barely find parking. Montreal, Toronto, any of those teams came down, you couldn't find parking. Has the Giants actually ever lost the Super Bowl? Yes, they lost to the Baltimore Ravens when Kerry Collins was their quarterback in 2000. They got blown out. They got blown out by the Baltimore Ravens. The game wasn't even close. It's the only one they ever lost. Jonathan Quick's going to start fighting. I knew it. Quick just grabbed. Oh, he yoked somebody up. Jonathan Quick doesn't play. Whoever that Penguin is, I can't see him because the ref is blocking his name. Quick made the save, and he kept kneeing him. He kept kneeing him in the side. And Quick got up and just grabbed him. I think he choked him. I'm not even kidding. Quick has been under a lot of pressure, man, with Igor being out. Let me see the replay. If you guys watch right here, he's already saved it. Now here he hits him in the head. Oh, he did. He tried to. Yeah, he did. Oh, man, Quick went right in there. He made the save. It was brazen on Pittsburgh, and I will say this. He wasn't doing it intentionally. A guy in the Rangers kept checking him. But from Quick's perspective, it looked like he was doing it on purpose. Yeah, they lost once, 2001. There you go, Slumby. Very good. Slow the chat down. Yeah, you got to catch up. Yeah, I'm way behind. Yeah, that was a weird trade, Sauce. The Super Bowl is going to suck. It is, Michael. I agree. Ray Lewis, Seattle's going to win. Ray Lewis thought the Giants was a – oh, wow. Wow, Code, that was bad. Pats versus Hawks. Nobody cares. To think that Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, the last 2 MVPs, are sitting at home and watching Drake May there, who had a really good regular season, and I think he's going to be a very good quarterback. But it's just the point. Seattle was like the number 1 team in the NFC, so they're not as surprising out of there. But, I thought the Eagles were a shoo-in to make it, to be honest with you, when the playoffs started. I really thought the Eagles were going to go back-to-back. Boring. Yeah, everybody's bored. They're trying to make it a big deal, but it's not working. It's kind of like, remember the Suns versus the Bucks in the NBA Finals, like in 2018? That was like, I watch all that stuff, and that was like a boring one to me. I hope all the Aussies are going Hawks. Yeah, come on, Lightning John, it's your channel. Yeah, I've been a Lightning fan, Michael, for a long time. I was a season ticket holder. I lived in Tampa for 13 years. Yep, I was a season ticket holder because I love hockey, and I lived right near Amalie Arena. So I got really into them. Stamkos had just come up. Victor Hedman had just come up. I just went through the whole deal on all that stuff, man. These guys will be able to recite the whole team from back then. But I don't like them over the Rangers. But, yeah, I really got into it. I don't know how to – I was talking about that with Rock. I don't know how you put anything on them. I would love to have jerseys on her. Love to have jerseys on her. 16 minutes left. The only thing is, can the Rangers not give up 10 goals? Tony, another Aussie dweller in the basement. Tony's here. What's up, Tony? Watch the Bombers this season. Oh, boy. And it's funny that you finished down near the bottom in the tipping because you bet the Bombers every week. Hawthorne Hawks. Yeah, I'm a Brisbane fan, but Hawthorne Hawks are coming up. Tony and Wayback told me in 2023 to watch out for them in the future, and they weren't lying because they are definitely have to pay attention to them. Raiders have an interesting stat. They have the 2 oldest guys ever start. Bland started quarterback. Tom Brady never started for them, Code. Brady never played for the Raiders, but Blanda, yeah. And Blanda was the punter, too. But Brady never played for the Nah, I'm not getting rid of Mike Sullivan. No way. That they would be dumb to fire Mike Sullivan. Who would do anything better with this team right now? Mike Sullivan is the right choice. I had a feeling the Rangers, I didn't think they were going to be this bad. I thought they were going to be fighting for a playoff spot, but I didn't think they were going to do much this year. Another fight. Is there a fight? Yep. Rempe was about to get into it. Rempe remembered the only thing he can do is fight. Yeah, I knew what you meant, Colin, but I don't think Tony did. When you say Hawks, they think Hawthorne. Seahawks, yeah, we're going for the Seahawks all the way. Colin Bond just woke up. Colin had a feeling that's what you meant. Yeah, the Aussie punter is on the Seahawks, and the Jets had one, Ben Graham. Got to cheer for our boy. Yep, I get it. Mike was head coach of Penguins, too. Yep, got 2 championships there. Yeah, I like Mike Sullivan. He's the right guy. He's the right guy, but like I said, this year I didn't expect a whole lot. I didn't expect this mess, but it's a lot of injuries. And when you're a GM and you're telling your team, hey, we're going to make trades and everybody's accountable pretty much. He did this last year and the Rangers went right down the tubes. Then you pulled Panarin. Panarin's not playing anymore for them. He's just waiting to be traded. Igor's out. Fox is out. I mean, Adam Edstrom's out. They got a lot of people that are out. Not that Adam Edstrom is that great, but they don't have anything going on. They need a retool. Hal McRae, Royals manager, was saying, I do remember that. The Royals had a lot of crazy people. George Brett, too, running out of the dugout. Goose Gossage, remember that? New York Rangers have a power play, but I don't think anybody told them because they're in the wrong end. They're on the wrong end of the ice. I don't think anybody told them. Oh, it's the Rangers right now. They're not. I wouldn't say they're playing, but it's on national TV. I don't know if it's on KO. The Knicks are playing LeBron and the Lakers tomorrow night. That should be nationally televised for you, Tony. That one I'll be on for. The LeBron, Lakers, and Knicks tomorrow night. That's a huge game. The Lightning are playing the Bruins also. That's going to be on pretty much the same time. Oh, and he saved it. Jonathan Quick, huge save there. He almost gave up a shorty. I guess that's all we're missing now. Penguins have 5 goals, but I guess all the Rangers have to do left to embarrass themselves is give up a shorty. The Pro Bowl I was on about, but I'll probably Pro Bowl. I don't know if anybody in America watches the Pro Bowl, Slumby. Back in the 80s, we would sound like old men on the porch, but they used to be real hitting in the Pro Bowl. Real hitting. Jets have had bad defense. It's so weird. Code, right. Right. That's right. I'm reading your whole thing. Right. The Jets defense was never the problem. And you get a guy who had over 40 interceptions in his career as a Jet, Aaron Glenn, and the team had no interceptions in 17 games. That's like unheard of. Like not even a deflection went your way. And I think they only had 4 total turnovers, meaning fumble recoveries the whole year. The defense was never the problem with the Jets, even during this 15 years of embarrassing play. 2015 was our last good year. We were 10-6 and missed the playoffs by 1 game. That was the last time we were good since the AFC Championship games. The Jets in 09 and 10 were dominant. The Jets in 2010 beat Peyton Manning and then beat they beat Peyton Manning and the Colts. Prime Peyton Manning. Then they beat Tom Brady the following week in New England. Like the Jets were really good back then, the Rex Ryan years. That's like our Super Bowl. Wow, we beat Tom Brady and the Patriots in New England in the playoffs and then turned around and lost the next week in the championship game. Right. And you know what's funny, Michael, is the Celtic fans will tell you, yeah, you beat us in the playoffs, but Tatum got hurt. We were up 3-1 and winning in that game in the clinching game when Tatum got hurt. Like he got hurt, we were already up 3-1. The Celtics blew 2 20-point leads 2 days in a row. So spare me all that stuff when the Celtic fans say that. Bang, Code, very good. Very good. And people say, well, yeah, he got there and got swept. Yeah, he got swept by who? Tim Duncan, Tony Parker. What happened there? What happened? Bruce Bowen, Sean Elliott. I mean, they ran into a dynasty Spurs team, and LeBron carried that other team, his team on his back. You know, like Eric Snow was his point guard and Drew Gooden. You ever hear of these guys? No. So, yeah, he carried him on his back. Mark Bavaro is a stud. Absolute stud. Yeah, Seth, this game was over when it started. I knew it. I almost didn't come on and do it, but I said this would be the last Rangers game I do all year. And, this is good. Will Cooley got 2 Rangers ganging up on 1 Penguins player. I mean, at least they're showing some sort of fight somehow. Yeah, the Penguins are playing great anyway. They knew they were going to beat up on the Rangers. Pat's biggest mistake was Brady's slight underthrow to Moss. The one time Brady tried to go above his talent level and use a rocket. Because it had worked all year, Code. That's the problem. But if you look at the regular season toward the end, when they were still fighting to be an undefeated team, the Giants were the rare team that season that gave them a hard time. They lost. The Patriots beat the Giants, but I think it was by like a field goal, maybe a touchdown at the most. But they had a rough time in that game. And Brady always said, and he was interviewed by Michael Strahan. It's really cool because they get along really well. But it said the Giants were the only team that didn't have to blitz him that year. They didn't blitz him at all. They had the front 4 guys like Justin Tuck and Hugh Manura and Michael Strahan. Like they didn't have to blitz Brady. They had a great defensive line. Rangers are now 22-28. Hey, Seth, don't sell them short. In a week, they might be 22-40. OG Celadwella Lockport in the basement. What's going on? Royal Rumble just wrapped up. Yeah, Victor was in here just talking about it. Lockport, I'm back into wrestling come WrestleMania. I'm watching it, and I get all the new storylines, and I'm right back in it. Promise you. Good day, Lockie. Yep, Cullen. Yeah, you have the ice hockey. Yeah, not a great score. Tony, be here tomorrow. We're doing Knicks and the Lakers and my other team. We're going to be doing Lightning the rest of the year in hockey. Lightning will be the rest of the year in hockey. The Rangers are, like I said, I've had enough with the Jets and Giants all fall. I don't need any more crappiness, man. It's just too much. It's too much. There's no effort. There's no heart. On to my second team, the Lightning. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, when you said oldest guy starting quarterback, I said, yeah, Brady. I had to think about it for a second. I know I never started there. But yeah, yep, and Brady will turn that team around. Look at Pete Carroll. Look at Pete Carroll. One and done. That's what winners do. I don't want to compliment the Patriots, but I will in this area. Robert Kraft, Gerard Mayo, like Aaron Glenn as a player for the Jets was great. Gerard Mayo was a great player for the New England Patriots. Well respected. The fans love him. Not a good coach. See ya. See ya. After one season. See ya. What do? No, we don't do that. Pete Carroll won a Super Bowl. Has had great defenses in the past. Tom Brady and them. See ya. See ya. 1 year of badness. See ya. So, yep, March 5th. Sydney Swans versus the Carlton Blues. I'm pretty sure that's the opening one. Watching on what? I'm assuming KO. I don't know. Flyers have fallen all the way down to the bottom wild card team. They were like in first place for a long time. What happened with them, Seth? I haven't paid much attention to the Flyers in the last. They were first for a while. They had a really good start to the season. What happened? Is there injuries? I didn't know they were that low down. They were like at the bottom of the wild card, fighting for a wild card. What happened? I'm assuming injuries. Tony, I don't know anything about the Australia Cup going on right now. Oh, is that tennis? I think that's tennis, right? Oh, baseball. Well, John Harbaugh's been around a long time, 18 years. Mike Tomlin wasn't fired. Oh, look at that. Trocheck. Vinny, boom, got a shorty. Vinny got a shorty for the Rangers on the Penguins power play. Vinny gets the shorty. Look at that. Wow, who saw that coming? Vinny got a breakaway. Look, they stole the pass. Vinny breaks up, comes down. Skinner, in his defense, isn't used to anybody shooting on him today, so he probably wasn't ready. But Vinny, I always like Vinny, man. He's going to get traded too. Wow. The Rangers don't deserve a boom, boom, boom. That's why I'm not doing it. They don't deserve that. Bond, who you playing 33 days, first round? It's on KO. Be here tomorrow night. Well, it'll be morning for you guys. The Knicks and the Lakers, that's a monster game. And the Lightning Bruins is a monster game. Celtics are not making the playoffs. You don't think so? Celtics are, I mean, Seth, I would love to hear that. But I think they're right behind the Knicks. The Celtics are 30-18. They're 30-18. They're third overall in the East. It's the Pistons, the Knicks, and then the Celtics. They'd have to have some major. I mean, that's really impressive. They lose Porzingis, right? He's off the team. They lose Drew Holiday, lose Tatum, and they're still 30-18. I don't know. If they don't make the playoffs, that'd be shocking. The Mavs ring was Braun's fault. That was on him, no denying. But most, what's funny? What's funny about the Mavs loss code is people that hate LeBron bring up, oh, well, they lost to the Mavericks. The same Kobe defenders and KD defenders that hate on LeBron's like they forget that the Mavericks along the way to that finals beat Kevin Durant and the Thunder and beat Kobe and the Lakers on the way to that finals. So the Mavs beat a lot of these top players and teams along the way. And it was LeBron's worst series. It was his worst series. But look at everything he's done since then and before then. But the Mavericks, people act like the Mavericks were some bad team. They look at that playoff series and look at all the top teams they beat and the top players of the era that they beat. Most overhyped team, Celtics in the NBA. I'll agree with that, Michael. It's funny. The Boston is so beloved, and the Yankees were the evil empire, which is still weird to me that people hate the Yankees. We've won one ring in the last 15 years. But when the Red Sox, who always complained about the Yankees, well, they buy their championships and it's BS and the evil empire. And when did the Red Sox start winning? David Ortiz, did he come out of their farm club? And Manny Ramirez, he came out of the Boston Farm Club, right? He didn't play for the Indians or anybody. And Ortiz didn't play for the Twins, did he? Oh, so they went out and started buying players. Like George Steinbrenner said, he pays a luxury tax to every team. I'm doing what the league allows me to do. It was, that's why it's hard for me to complain about the Dodgers because the Yankees did a lot of that. They did. Catfish Hunter, Reggie Jackson. Michael Kay made a great statement about Yankee fans that are upset about the Dodgers. He's like, if George Steinbrenner did all these things back then. Dave Winfield, it's a monster player from the Padres they brought over to the Yankees. A lot of them. Even though they didn't win a ring with them, they went to the World Series that first year with them. Only team to beat the Celtics is the Lakers, Knicks, Warriors, OKC. Yep. And I loved it when the Knicks beat the Celtics. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. And the excuse they give is, well, Tatum got hurt. Well, it doesn't matter. You had 2 games in a row with 20-point leads with him on the court. You blew both of those games. You were down 3-1 when he got hurt. It sucks he got hurt, but hey, you know. Cullen, Tony, Sidney versus Carlton, 5th of March. Yes, I got that right. Dogs defeated 2,000 Bombers in their only loss, too. Wow. Nice. I think opening round has like 4 games that weekend, but I knew that was the opener. I didn't look at the rest. Larry Nance from the Suns. Yes, his son plays right now, too. The Suns back then. Yeah, man, they had some good – the Suns had some solid players. Larry Nance was great. How about Duncan Dan Marley? Remember Dan Marley? Dan Marley. Wow, yeah, the Suns. Steph Marbury, they had some players, man. Brady had the greatest IQ. That's how he'll turn the Raiders around. Absolutely. He knows what's good and what's bad, no doubt. Yeah. Look at Derek Jeter. He started rebuilding the Miami Marlins, and they fired him. They bought him out or whatever they did, or Jeter walked away, or they weren't allowing him to build the team more. Like, his first move was trading Giancarlo Stanton, getting rid of the weight that they didn't need. I like Stanton now in the Yankees. I love him. He's been great for the Yankees in the playoffs. But like Jeter was going to make moves. These guys are winners. Like Jeter and the Yankees got real. Do you know that when the Yankees were down 3-0 to the Houston Astros, Aaron Boone to inspire the team? I'm not kidding you. This is real if you didn't know it. What happened, Dave? She knocked the Rangers gear down. I guess you don't want the Rangers. Hold on, guys. Yeah, right. So, Aaron Boone, to inspire the Yankees to come back, showed them highlights of the Red Sox coming back 4 straight on the Yankees. He actually showed that. Jeter and them were like pissed at him. Like, what are you kidding me? You showed one of the biggest embarrassments, not only in Yankee history, but in baseball history. And he showed that to inspire them. Dusty Baker managed circles around Aaron Boone. That's what Aaron Boone regular season, fine. But I think a lot of managers, even average managers, could get the Yankees to the playoffs. But Dusty Baker, old school manager, smoked Aaron Boone. Smoked him. Smoked him. Yeah, Carlton. That was a weird kind of opening round, right? Sydney Swans. Someone big just went to Sydney Swans. Who went to the Sydney Swans? Someone, a big name went there, I thought. Injuries, Seth. I just guessed that because there's no way a team falls from number 1 and playing excellent hockey under Rick Tocchet and to be fighting for a wild card spot. I haven't followed much of the Flyers. I watch NHL channel and the highlights when I can, but I haven't watched it recently. Goal, yep. Baggers, am I that far behind? Yeah, Bagger Dave. Flyers at Orange, bunch of crap. Michael is a diehard Rangers fan like myself. Seth is a Philly. Well, he's not a Sixers fan, I found out, but he's Philly everything else. Phillies, Eagles, Flyers. Seth, who's your basketball team? I think he's Thunder. I think Seth is Thunder. Why not the Sixers, Seth? You Philly everything else. Kind of like basement bouncer Bruin, who's a Giants fan, but a Celtics fan. No, a Bruins fan. I think he is a Celtics fan also. Bruin, aren't you a Celtics fan also? But Seth, why not the Sixers? Why'd you pick the Thunder? You're Philly everything else. And everybody I know that's Philly fans is Philly everything. The only player I like on the Sixers and respect is Tyrese Maxey. That kid is incredible point guard, and he's a great human. He's great in the community. I like Tyrese Maxey. Sydney should be calling Charlie Kerr. No, that's who went to Sydney. Yes, Bond. That's who went to Sydney. Yep. That's a big pickup by Sydney because they've been up. Bad pass. What a bad turnover. Who did that? Matthew Robinson? I mean, you don't pass in front of your own net. Goodness gracious, man. Thankfully, he missed it. And Dirk is another underrated guy. You never hear about Dirk Nowitzki, like, at all. And the disrespect that the Mavericks get for winning in 2011, they beat all the top players of that era. People conveniently forget that they beat Kobe along the Lakers along the way and KD and the Thunder along the way before they beat LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and them. Colonel will be on. Can't see him kicking 10. All right. Saint killed the Saints. The New York Jets of footy. The Saint killed the Saints. Haven't won since the 60s. People still hate the Cowboys. They haven't won in 30 years. The Jets have been to more championship games than the Cowboys have. Oh, my gosh, the Rangers scored again. Gavrikov. 5-3. Are the Rangers trying to come back? 5-3. Are they trying to come back? 5 minutes left in the game, 4:45. They're only down by 2 goals all of a sudden. 5-3. Cooper Flagg, man, had freaking 49 points the other night and lost. You know what I love about that kid? He was mad about losing, not about all the points he had. He was mad about losing. Milton the Monster. I don't know Milton the Monster. Remember, my footy history isn't that. It goes back 3 years. I'm trying to get deeper. Scenes have great, and they somehow always fall. They somehow always lose. The Swans, then they got crushed by the Eagles. Was it the Eagles that crushed them in the finals? You know what I mean, the grand final. Guys, one thing I had to learn about footy is when I heard the finals, I'm like, how do you have 8 teams in the finals? Because here, the finals is like the premiership, the grand final. So, and the finals here is called playoffs. So I'm like, how are they? That confused me for a while. How are 8 teams in the finals? I'm like, it's the finals already? I haven't even seen the playoffs yet. My first year was really funny with getting to learn footy. Paper bags. Tom Chambers, great Sonic player too. Oh my gosh. Yep, Tom Chambers and trying to remember this guy's name. Great point guard for them. Really good point guard. Besides Marbury. And not Steve Nash either. Kevin Johnson. They've had some great point guards over the course of time. Steve Nash and Stephon Marbury, Jason Kidd. Kevin Johnson, the most underrated point guard for the Suns. I could not think of his name. That shows how underrated he is. I forgot his name, and I could see his face. Target for big full forwards. To be fair, Hall wasn't developed fully when the Swans got him. See, you guys are going back in history. Like, I only came around in 23, so my history is limited. But I'm focused more on these guys' history, and then I'll get into the rest as we go along. How, Seth, you're a Red Sox. You're not personally, I know, but if you're a Red Sox fan, you just watch the team. Now, the Red Sox, to me, yes, they have won more lately than the Yankees. There's no denying that. But they don't know how to build dynasties like the Yankees do. Mookie Betts, that's got to be the worst trade in baseball history. Close to the Mets getting rid of Lenny Dykstra and Roger McDowell for Juan Samuel, who only played half a season and left. Get rid of Mookie Betts. Xander Bogaerts. Then you get rid of Rafael Devers. You get rid of Rafael Devers because you know you're going to get Alex Bregman, and he's going to be your third baseman for the next few years. And he walks on you. He walks on you. You just lost Devers. And Devers would not play first base. He was not a great teammate. So the Boston fans got sick of him. I don't blame him. He was a Yankee killer, so I'm glad he's gone. But he wouldn't play first base for them. He goes to the Giants and plays first base almost immediately. But then you got rid of Devers, and then you get rid of Alex Bregman. Well, you didn't get rid of him. You let him walk. He had an opt-out year, and he opted out. Wow. That's disheartening. The Red Sox don't know how to build dynasties, and they have one more recently than the Yankees. I know they've won the battles, but they're getting murdered in the war. And I'm not living in the past. When people say, Yankee fans, you live in the past. Currently today's news, it's 27-9 in rings, and both the Yankees and Red Sox have been around just as long as each other. It's 27-9. That's current news. That's not the past. That's today. It's current news. But I wish the Yankees would start winning some. My uncle was David. He wore number 8. He was a great player and a great man. Wow, Michael. Really? He played for the Hawks. Oh, that's awesome, man. Oh, Michael, you got some good footy history with you then, buddy. That's great. David O'Halloran. Oh, you're gonna get these guys in here know all that about that stuff. Tony and Bond probably know what you're talking about. Tony, Michael, is Lucas your cousin? Yeah, Bruin, that's why I couldn't remember if you were a Celtics fan or not. Look at the Rangers, 5-3, and they had the empty net out with 2:40 left. Every time we do an empty net, this is what happens. We give up a goal immediately. When the other team has an empty net, we can't get the puck out of our zone the entire 2.5 minutes that they have the empty net. When the Rangers this season do an empty net, we make one pass, the other team gets the puck, goes down and scores, and that's exactly what just happened. 6-3 Penguins. Well, it was fun while it lasted. They showed some effort. Thunder because you like the Sooners. Okay, all right. I thought that was weird. You're an all-Philly fan, and you told me you didn't like the Sixers. So I get it. Oh, hey, the Thunder are killing it right now. And they got good players on that team, and I like Hartenstein. Of course, Hartenstein was a Knick. Michael Anthony is a big Hawks fan. Yeah, he's a huge Hawks fan. Him and Wayback. Posted highlights in the Discord. Michael, are you in? Michael needs to be in the Discord. I'll post that in a minute, Michael, if you want to join the Discord, man. There's plenty of footy talk and everything else in there. Oh, look at that. That's how much I knew about that, Cullen. Great match, Essendon back in the day. I don't remember it, but maybe these other guys do. Josh, I told the rest of the guys I'm going to my second team the rest of the year, man. Going with the Lightning. I'm just following the Lightning the rest of the year. The Rangers will always be my team, but watching the Jets and the Giants this year, and I can't watch them on ice right now. This team is so disheartening to watch. They're terrible. And Josh, it's interesting you showed up because I've been screaming this whole time, and I think I've told you this before, and even before the trade. The Rangers don't need to trade Keandre Miller. Don't need to trade Keandre Miller. Keandre Miller is doing what for you guys? He's having a decent season. He's having a better than decent season. And Scott Morrow is on the bus back and forth, the AHL to the NHL, the AHL to the NHL. Scott Morrow has done nothing. I don't understand that trade. It's very bizarre. And, yeah. West Coast Eagles and North Melbourne. The West Coast Eagles and North Melbourne Kangaroos are the Cleveland Browns and the New York Jets currently. That is not two teams you want to be associated with. I would say the Rangers score again. Lafreniere, hey, Staff Sergeant, he's still around. Lafreniere just scored. It's 6-4. Wow, are you kidding me? What's going on here? The Rangers just scored. It's 6-4. Wow, what's going on? There's no boom, boom, booms, guys. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it for this team. They don't deserve it. Minute 7 left. They're down by 2 goals. Lafreniere scored again. Yeah, Alex Bregman. Yeah, he left. And they did sign him to an extension, but I think he had an opt-out year or arbitration or whatever it was, and he left. He left. They got rid of Devers to bring in Bregman, their future third baseman, which I understand Devers having a problem with that. But, I mean, defensively, Bregman's way better. He got rid of Devers, which all Yankee fans thank the Red Sox for, and then Bregman walks. Wow. That's the problem. The Red Sox don't know how to build a dynasty. They win the World Series, and then they don't win again for a little while. But they could. They could have had a massive dynasty. They really could have. They could have been a thorn in the Yankee side forever. Their fans could have been talking crap forever. Really. You had Betts, Bogarts is decent. You had Betts, Bogarts, and Devers. Boom. 3 guys that you build a dynasty around. And they gave Betts away for nothing. And every Red Sox fan I know, friend or family, admit they just all over John Henry and about that. It's just awful. It's just really awful. Code, always great seeing you in here, Code. Always great seeing you here. Bruin's almost been like Rick the Ninja lately. He's been very silent, and then he pops in. He's been pulling a lot of Rick the Ninja. Rick the Ninja popped in during the Islander Ranger embarrassment. Of course he did, because I made fun of his Islanders for so long. He's a fellow Jets fan, so I got to feel happy for him. Not maybe at my expense, but it's tough being an Islander and Jet fan. Well, this year more so the Rangers, but you get the point. So that's okay. He suffers like I do. My payback is just that, hey, man, wait till the Jets come back. We're both in it together. 25 seconds left. Icing, 6-4. The Rangers still have an empty net. Can you imagine if the Rangers tied this game? It's not impossible, guys. 26 seconds. They're down by 2 goals. It has happened. And that wouldn't, if they did, that wouldn't even be like an all-time record. Yeah, the Panthers have had tons. Slumby, speaking of injuries, the Panthers have had tons of injuries this year. Tons of injuries. They're not going to do anything this year. Yeah, Bond, that's what I say. Come on, Rangers. It's so pathetic, Bond. And I will always love them, but I have 2 teams for a reason. And the Lightning were not good when I first became. I had one person challenge me on that. Well, are you hopping on a wagon? No. No, I've been a Lightning fan since 2007. JT Miller, they are terrible leader. They scored 6-5. 6-5. It was 5-1 at one time. The Rangers just scored again. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? There's 10 seconds left. The Rangers have scored again. It's 6-5. Oh my gosh. Will Cooley. What? What are we watching? Are you kidding me? Wow. Yeah, Bregman, not Brigham. Yeah. Yeah, Bruin, you're like the new ninja. I'll put both of those. Guys, I'm going to do that right now. Hold on. I'll get Rock's channel for you. And I don't believe the Rangers there's only 11 seconds left. 11 seconds. Guys, it can happen. It can happen. And it wouldn't be a record. But it can happen. Hold on. Now, icing. There's 3.6 seconds. The Penguins took a shot down the ice. They missed the net. It's going back to the other end for 3 seconds. Schnazzy. Yeah, Bond's on Rock's channel a lot too, and Mr. Marie. Yeah, I'll put it in right now, guys. Hold on. Here we go. It's over. Boy, the Rangers made it. The Rangers made it a game. I don't believe it. I just figured they were going to give up. Here, I'm going to put it in right now, Cullen. This is Rock's channel. Please join, Colin. Check it out. There you go. I just dropped a Cullen, Schnazzy. Tony, an empty net means you're allowed to have 6 players on the ice. It doesn't have to be a goalie. So you pull your goalie, put an extra skater on the ice. So like when the Rangers are down 2 goals and there's 2 minutes left, you're trying to just tie the game up. So you pull your goalie and put an extra skater on the ice. So you have 6 guys on the ice to the other team's 5. Now it becomes chaos out there, but a lot of things can happen. If someone on the team that has 5 gets a penalty, now it's 6-on-4. It sounds crazy, like, well, yeah, but you're empty. Your net is down there empty, but you always have one guy free to pass it to. In a perfect world, it shouldn't be able to go the other way, but you're already losing. It's 2 minutes left. You're down by a couple goals. You got to go for it. And the Rangers almost pulled it off. They were down 5-1 in this game, and it's 6-4. They lose 6-5. So that's what it means. An empty net means you replace the goalie with an extra skater. Bruins are hockey ambassador and gave you a that's what I love about the basement, guys. You guys, it means the net's empty. The losing team can pull their goalie. There you go. Attacking player is the last resort. There you go. Never give up on your team. It's what we say. I never give up on my team. I just get tired of my team, Bon. Just get tired of them. Which means I'll be doing a lot more Lightning games and Rangers, but I'll still be doing – we'll see. We'll just see. So, yeah, tomorrow, guys, 7 o'clock, Lakers at Knicks. I will be flipping over to the Lightning and Bruins at the same time, but Lakers at Knicks in New York City is huge. Those tickets, they say your average ticket with LeBron and the Lakers coming to town is $900. $900. Your average ticket means you're not courtside. Slumby, that was a perfect explanation. Try Adelaide over best football ground. There's Rock's channel, guys. Subscribe, check it out. Cheers, Johnny. Of course, Colin, appreciate it. Bond's a huge supporter. Mr. Marine and a bunch of the guys are. 13 gets 2 goals when it doesn't count that much. Right. But we almost came back. I can't believe it. No boom, boom, booms, though. They don't deserve it. Thanks, Colin. Awesome, man. Awesome. Shorts. She does a lot of the cooking in the shorts. Not the videos itself, but shorts. Check out the shorts. Tony, yeah, the empty net nearly worked. It has worked in the past. For all teams do it, Tony. All teams do it. Empty net isn't a fishing term. Yeah, you don't want an empty net when you're fishing. Riley, awesome. Thank you. That's my wife. Check out the shorts on her channel. That's perfect, Riley. Thank you, man. And thank you, Cullen. Guys, all right. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Lakers versus Knicks with the Bruins and Lightning filtered in. Because they're having nationally televised. I wonder what you guys are going to get on KO. Both are huge games. You probably get LeBron versus the Knicks, I would hope. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow, Stella and I. Oh, no, baby. Chewing on cotton. That's not good. Come on. Ready? Want to say goodbye? Yeah, she's tired, guys. Hello? Hello? No? There she is. She's tired. Oh, look at that. She got me again. She went right for that. All right, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for the support of my channel and Rock's channel. Much appreciated. And Stella and I say good night and see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow night, guys.